Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck to Sim live stream. Today is the 15th of October 2021. It is 4 minutes past 5 in the evening, and the United Kingdom, we're in Microsoft Flight Simulator today for a bit of an epic sector. We're in Le Bourget in Paris, France. We're going to be taking an hour and 30-minute flight in the outstandingly excellent CJ4 working title mod for the Cessna Citation in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we'll be visiting Palma De Mallorca, an airport we've visited quite a few times before, but this is all to showcase the Just Flight Palma De Mallorca scenery. Just like send me a message, we can go saying, hi Flight Deck Sim, we are releasing this CD, would you like a copy to preview and show everyone? I thought, yes please, and instead of me purchasing it, what I'll do is give away a copy to one lucky winner. I'll purchase a Just Flight voucher or the equivalent funds over to you so you can purchase it for yourself. So I hope you're all doing very well. Just talking about the CJ4 working title mod for the Cessna Citation, we haven't flown it for quite some time. When I first tried it out, I was pretty outstanding how good it is. It is beyond epic now. It has so much. We've got performance calculators, we've got working VNav. I've done 2 test sectors, they went really well, so hopefully no issues today. Yeah, we're going to be going up to flight level 430. I'm going to try out VATSIM on VPilot as well. We've got some ATC here in Le Bourget already. This is where they hold the Paris Air Show, which I didn't know until I started the stream, which is pretty cool. Who have we got in the house today? We've got Dealey, sir. One thing, we seem to be out of what? A Vervin Imperial Caviar back here. Hey, we're not going alpaca today. Request was made by one of the subscribers last stream to go broadsword, so I thought we'd go broadsword 01 before we head over to Alpaca Executive for the next stream. Hello John Padfield, Res X as well, Simply Bob John, C. Booterant here, Anthony, he says hello Sam, hello. Wilson, hello to you, Nitro Dogley, Holcroft Dealey, Eka Briggs here, Dynasty 001, hello Edo, who's Littoral Games, he says good evening boys and girls. Nitro Dogs here as well. I see someone was asking, Andre at the start there, how do you get the pilots in the CJ4 cockpit? They aren't there. That was using the drone cam to take the screenshot. I put the drone cam into the cabin, which made the pilots display, which made quite a cool thumbnail, I thought, but they're not actually there. There's no plug-in or anything like that we're doing there. We've got Sam Heaton, Paul Shoesmith, Blade 929, Phasian, Boeing Boy is here too, Leffin Gabbins, hello to you, and Polido says, evening captain from Glasgow. Good evening to you. That's my I can't even do a Scottish accent. Here we go anyway. We're going to have live weather today. We're going to have probably a dusk sunset night landing by the time we get to Palma de Mallorca, but I'll spend about 5-10 minutes previewing the scenery. I've got a long list of all the things that Just Flight wanted me to highlight with the scenery. It does look pretty epic. I've actually been to Palma de Mallorca 52 times in real life. I've been looking at my electronic logbook today to all my most popular destinations I've been to by operator. So it's been quite cool to compare it with how it looks in real life, and it's pretty much spot on. Very impressed indeed. Hello from the French VACC. We got you some ATC coverage. Thank you very much, Alexander. Well, I didn't even ask for ATC. We've got ground, we've got tower, we've got en route. I don't know if anyone else will be joining me on this sector, but here is a beautiful Cessna Citation CJ4, I don't know how, what order you say that in there. Completely cold and dark. We're going to do a full setup today following the checklist, which is included. We've got Navigraph chart indication. I've been seeing what the developers are doing. They're going to be implementing CPDLC very soon, which will be really cool. I got quite excited because I saw that login for CPDLC, but it says it's not implemented yet. But we'll hopefully jump into this aircraft when it is implemented. But look at my professional drone camera usage there. But here we are, the remote stand here. Le Bourget here in Paris is sort of like a business jet airport. They support lots of corporate aviation, stuff like that. I'm doing my... I can't do it. My drone cam's too sensitive. Let me try and work out to jump back in the cockpit. It's been a while since I've played Microsoft Flight Simulator. Is it that button? There we go. Oh, yeah. In the cockpit we are. Perfect. So I'll turn the music down here. As I've said, it's completely cold and dark. I've not done anything. We just need to get some power to the aircraft. So that's down here. We've got the battery. Let's pop that on. You might be able to hear that whir to life. I'll turn up the sounds in Microsoft Flight Simulator so you can hear a little bit better. There we go. We need to get some ground power as well. So I think firstly we put the emergency exit lights to armed, standby flight display on, and avionics to dispatch. There we go. So you can see the battery amperage is currently discharging. We need to get the GPU connected here. So let's go to the FMC. It is under... Let me try and remember now. Index, I think, page 2, mod set. Ground power unit on. There we are. So you'll see now the battery bridge light has extinguished. We are no longer discharging the battery. So you can see I've got my SimBrief flight sim ID, which is pretty good. I can fetch the flight plan straight from SimBrief instead of loading the flight plan up, which is pretty cool. We've got metric units because we're here in Europe, so we're using feet, but that gives us kilos for all the weights, which is pretty useful. So that's done, and Navigraph is linked as well. Yeah, such a cool feature. Navigraph you can link here. You can have your charts appear on the ND. It's so cool, so cool. Simply Bob Smooth. Yes, I wasn't that smooth getting there with my drone cam there. Hello, Sergeant Thomas Angelos. He says, blessings from the middle of Georgia, United States. Good afternoon to you, sir. Thank you very much. Well, probably good morning for you. John Puterin, evening captain. When I try to download Zebra mod, they do not allow me, or they tell I'm not permitted to download, and I can know if I can when they send me through email. John, so I think the public download system, I've seen a lot of people asking me, they send me, I get emails every day, how do I download the Zebra mod? It's doing this, doing that. I don't use the public way of downloading the Zebra mod. Zebra sends me the file directly. I have a direct link to him via Discord, so I haven't downloaded it publicly for a very long time, but I'd look on the X-Play forum for the best way to get that sorted there. Cool, so now we've got some electrical power, and that's all connected here. I think we could put the avionics to on. There we are, that powers up everything, and my radios as well. And we have a little checklist we can run through, but I'm sort of going to do a bit of a panel scan. There's no overhead panel here apart from controls for the Gasper units and lighting here. We're going to be using hopefully runway 25 today, so I'll set this to 247, which is the runway QDM. We have ATC, but we're expecting the Rixu 5 Charlie for runway 25, and that is a stop level of flight level 70, so I'm going to preset 71 there. So the MCP is pretty much set up. Working our way down here, we need some lighting on actually. We'll put the nav light on as we have power to the aircraft. We'll put the seatbelt sign on for our 7 passengers today. We might get a little PA here.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign.
He has.
Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
There you go, perfect. So that's got our 7 illustrious and rich passengers all strapped in. Right, let's initialise our position in the flight management computer first. So I believe that is index status. We have the latest AirAC installed. We go to POSINIT, and we just set our position from the GPS there, and it line select keys it there. I don't think there's any IRS or INS on the edge. I think it's just using GPS to use its position, but that is now loaded. If I go here to flight plan, you'll see I think it's already fetched my flight plan from SimBrief. So I've got runway 25, the Rixu 5 Charlie SID is in the flight management computer, and you can see, look, it's got our routing all in there, all the way for the Palenza arrival for ILS Zulu 24 left, which is pretty cool. So there's departures, arrivals, and then arrivals we should already have there. Loris 1 Papa via the Palenza transition. Superb. I'll quickly grab the flight plan for you so you can actually see sort of where we're going and how much fuel we've taken. So here is our flight plan. So from Le Bourget to Palma de Mallorca, reg is Golf Foxtrot Delta Tango Sierra, broadsword 01 for the call sign. Estimated takeoff weight 6.5 tons. Flight level 430 for the cruise, 1 hour 30 minutes. Look at the block fuel figures, so low compared to the NG. So 1254. We take an extra 30 minutes. That's 250 kilos on top of that. I'm just going to take 1.6 kilos. So if you go here to the fuel, I did this in the loading screen, but you can see, look, I've got 1600 kilos of fuel loaded into the aircraft, and all the passengers are there. Look, no, not 7 passengers, 7 people, 2 passengers, 2 pilots, and 5 passengers on the aircraft there. Right, so that's the flight plan, all sorted. And if I go here to format and zoom out a little bit, you'll see there is our SID, which I will brief shortly. It's already loaded into the flight management computer, which is pretty cool. We're just going to do the performance next. So let's go over here to, I think it is, where is it? There we are, Perth. So Perth in it, we just need to put some information here in the FMC. So we've got 7 people weighing 77 kilos. No cargo. Sensed fuel, 1594 kilos, which is fine. Zero fuel weight should be 5202. So if I bring up the flight plan, you can see I have 5.3, so it's rounded up to the nearest 100 kilos. And cruise altitude today is going to be flight level 430, which is in. Takeoff page, runway 25. Let's have a look. I don't think we have ATIS for Le Bourget. Oh, we do actually. What's the code? Lima Foxtrot Papa Bravo. 1200, and the radio tuning panel, the Logitech radio tuning panel, does actually work, which is pretty cool. If we go here to tune, you can see me presetting the frequency. There we go. Let's see if we can pick up any. I don't want the Microsoft Flight Simulator ATIS. I want the VATSIM ATIS.
Sky condition clear.
Well,
temperature 18.
We'll use it.
Dew point 10. QNH tray 0.09er. Visual runway 25 in use.
I press B.
Departing runway 25.
Runway 25.
VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise
Yeah, I'm not going to use the ATIS from Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm going to just double click the one on VATSIM, because that's the one that's actually going to dictate what the controllers are using. So having a look here. Oh, they're using runway 07 for landing, taking off on runway 09.
40, 30,
departures
20,
5 Juliet,
10.
transition level 270. Well, they should be using runway 25. I think that's the main one here. Thanks, Jonas. Let's plays.
Good old broadsword call sign. Hope you're good.
Thank you very much, Jonas. Let's plays. Thank you very much for the €2. Very happy to see the broadsword call sign back. That's superb. Thank you very much for your donation there. Cool. Well, it's saying. Oh, I don't even know what this ATIS is saying. It looks all over the place here. Information Delta. I'm just going to request runway 25 for departure, so I don't have to start messing around with the flight plan and stuff like that. Because I had a look prior to the stream and I saw they were using runway 25 today. In Le Bourget. They've got about 3 runways here to use there. Perfect.
50,
Matt Warren, thank you very
40,
much as well
30,
for
20,
the $5.
10.
Very kind of you, sir. You're welcome.
Cheers to streaming on a Friday. My morning at work will no longer go by dreadfully slow. Happy flight.
Thank you very much, Matt Warren, for your $5 donation. It's very kind. I hope your work this morning in the United States goes a lot quicker. I hope you don't get too distracted from what you should be doing, though. Upsetting your boss. Thank you very much for the $5 and another donation. I'm sure you've donated in the past before as well, so thank you very much, sir. Right, well, we've got the ATIS. Let's grab a clearance, and then we'll actually see what they want to do for us for departure here. So we have got ground online, which I'll tune now. There we go. Not quite. Yeah, so ground's active. This will actually give us a chance to test to see if V-Pilot's working. Let me just show you where we are as well. If I select charts, which is here, and I think I just push this. There we are. So we have our SID chart. This is straight from my Navigraph account. So we're sort of on this apron here. It's stand 105 on the Whiskey 5 taxiway. That's where we're parked. And we'll see what runway they're using for departure. And we'll go off that. Le Bourget ground, good day. It's Broadsword 01, stand 105. Information, copied Delta, departure clearance to Palma de Mallorca, please.
Broadsword 01, Le Bourget ground, hello. Information Delta is correct, clear to Palma de Mallorca. Runway 09er, AirX5 Julia departure. Initial flight level 70, squawk 5711.
Cleared to Palma de Mallorca, runway 09 on the Airix 5 Juliet departure. Climb flight level 70, squawk 5711, Broadsword 01.
Broadsword 01, correct, report ready for startup.
There we'll go. Perfect. So we have the Airix 5 Juliet departure then, flight level 70, and the squawk 5711. So let's go down here. 5711. I really prefer how V-Pilot sounds compared to X-Pilot. I think the radio sounds even more realistic with V-Pilot. It's spot on with the sort of transmission, how it just sounds in real life. Really, really nice there. Thanks for subscribing, Ryan Irvine. Welcome on board. So yeah, we just need to actually change the SID. So that's going to upset Navigraph because I think you have to preset this based off your Simbri flight plan. Let me just get rid of the charts first. So Let's go here, departures. Runway 09, and now it's an Eriksu 5 Juliet working. Execute. Okay, so that's just switched everything around. You can see all the lines and things spinning. Let's just zoom on in here because I've not looked at this SID yet. How do I change the zoom? Ah, trying to remember all the buttons on the aircraft. I think it's this one. There we go. So let's have a look at the Navigraph chart instead, because I don't actually have the chart loaded into the aircraft. So let me just fire up Navigraph for you. You should be able to see where we are. That was Paris. So that's the one we were doing. Let's get rid of that and grab the Eriksu 5 Juliet departure. Where are you? So many SIDs here. It's because we're very close to Charles de Gaulle, and I think it's very much dictates how and what you know what SIDs we fly here. God, I can't find this one. I think I'm just going to have to make this full size for a second, guys. Where are you, Eriksu 5 Juliet? There we are. Perfect. I've selected the SID. I'll just make this a little bit smaller for myself because I can't see because it's filling up my entire screen. Ah! I've just deselected it. I was trying to... Oh, blast. Oh, that was lucky.
Minimums. Approaching minimums.
Is that Eriksu 5 Juliet? I'm not sure. Burak, 23 months as a member. Hi, Captain, everyone. Thank you very much for your highlighted comment. Hope you're doing very well, sir. Thank you for your outrageous donation the other day as well. Very kind of you. Not forgotten that. There we are. This is our SID then, Eriksu 5 Juliet. So it's now, we're going to taxi something like out via Whiskey 5, Whiskey... Oh my goodness, we're going to go maybe on this runway here to get there. Oh no, that is our departure runway, runway 09. This is confusing. 07 is here, 09. How are we going to get there? My goodness, I'm going to probably go Charlie 3, backtrack, Alpha. Not sure, 1800 metres, so a little bit of a shorter runway there, but there we go. Runway heading is 084, so we'll punch that onto the MCP here. 084. There we go, 084, and the SID... Oh, I just need to save it as a favour. Let me just bring up Navigraph again because I can't find the SID. Eriksu 5 Juliet. There we are. Let me just pin. Why is Navigraph not letting me pin that one, I wonder? Oh, I think it's because I've got that there. Okay, can't pin it apparently. Well, I'm going to try and remember this. Eriksu 5 Juliet then. I'm just going to make a quick note of this. It's climb on 084 until 2.6 miles, and then it's going to be a slight right turn 095 to Papa Bravo 093. You can see here on the ND Papa Bravo 093, and from there it's going to be a right turn to Papa Golf 101, and then Poi, and then a Bobo. If you go here to the flight plan page in the FMC, we should be able to see next page. Lex even. Poi, a Bobo, and then a Doxer, and then a Eriksu. It's all coded, which is pretty cool. Stop level is 70, which we've already discussed and mentioned, so I'm pretty happy. We've covered everything there in regards to the SID briefing. So, what's left to do is the performance, actually. We've not done that. Let's go down here to the flight management computer. Burak, 23 months as a member. I know, it's crazy. Richard, guys, the chart window being used is that default with Microsoft Flight Simulator or a mod. It's extremely handy. That's Navigraph you saw there popping up, Richard. Very useful chart. They provide Jepson charts for Flight Simulator enthusiasts. It's not much for a month. I know it's about 13, 14 euros. Cool. So let's go here to Perth. This is where we were going. We were actually halfway through this page, weren't we? So takeoff page. We pre-populated all that information. We got us to here before we got the clearance, didn't we? Because we weren't sure what was going on. So runway 09, 1800 meters. Runway slope. I don't think that's existent. I don't even know if you can put that in, but just to confirm, the wind was 270. 0 knots. All right. Let's put 270 at 3 F3 knot tailwind. Worst case there. So 270/3. Outside air temperature in Le Bourget is 18 degrees. and QNH is 1019, which we have set, and it's preset there, QNH 1019. So let's go to the next page. Anti-ice off, we're going to use flat 15 for departure. It's telling us that we're going to lift off in 758 metres on the 1800 metre runway, and we can use these V speeds, V1, VR, and V2 114 knots. A lot of performance on this aircraft. Not very heavy as well, so we'll use takeoff thrust. I'm going to go quite quickly to climb thrust after departure. The climb out speed is V2 plus 10, and having a look at Navigraph here, if you read the airport information here, you'll get the guidance on departures for noise abatement. So for jets, let's call ourselves a jet, it's maintain a speed of V2 plus 10, or as aircraft performance permits, up to 3,000 feet with flaps at the takeoff setting. So it's an LEDP1 departure essentially. And then when we get to 3,000 feet, we could bug up. I'll use the flight level change mode to accelerate, and all climbs are done at 240 knots in the CJ4. So that's the departure procedure we're going to be flying today. So that's it. I've sent those speeds to the PFD, and if you have a look here in magenta, there are all our V speeds. We have V1 101, VR 101, V2 114, so our climb out speed is going to be 125. By the time I've actually pitched up, we're going to be considerably faster than that. I'm just going to hold the attitude at 20 degrees, and when we get to climb thrust, I'm going to pitch to ensure that we're doing V2 plus 10. John, is there an auto throttle on there at this aircraft? No, there's no auto throttle at all. You have to manually adjust the thrust there. They have detents though for climb and takeoff though. Brandon, hi. Did you go from light aircraft straight to the 73, or did you fly any biz jets like this before? Straight to the 737, didn't fly any biz jets prior to this. Lauren, having a proper English tea time. Got Walker's shortbread with my morning cuppa today. Very good, I like to hear that. Excellent. Amazing guys hanging out outside in the high-vis jackets animated in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I wonder how many FPS that's consuming on your graphics card. Probably quite a lot. Oh my days. Not as much as this ginormous A330. No doubt he's probably in some sort of small business jet, but I don't have any decent model matching yet for that's or anything. My goodness me. Yes, the very pointy nose. Interesting. Hopefully we'll get some decent model matching and CSLs for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right, so I think we've done everything. Performance is loaded. We've briefed the taxi, the SID. Let's bring up the flight plan page here and run through the checklist, which is included just here. There we are, checklist. Before starting engine, so batteries on, emergency exit lights with armed, standby flight display switch we put on, avionics switch went to dispatch but we turned it on so we could actually use the radios, wheel chocks are removed, cabin doors closed, passenger briefings complete, seatbelt sign is on, exterior lights are set, ICAS is checked, FMS is loaded, climate control selector is off, there we are, it is currently off and it will stay off until we get the engines running. Throttles are idle, and then we're all ready to go with the engine start procedure. There we go. So let's now tune up ground. Here is all set and we'll press to start.
Transpondeur 1000 confirmé, un départ Lima Golf Lima 5 Juliette.
I hear French. Robert, there's some good model matching out there for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 ready. Is there? Ah, I didn't know that. Maybe if you could drop a link of that in
confirmé
Discord.
un départ donc sur la 09 avec un Lima Golf Lima 5 Juliette. Affirmatif. Reçu. Et Fox Charlie Oscar, confirmé le niveau initial 7-0 et le transpondeur 1000.
Typical French, all speaking French to each other. Just wait for him to respond and we'll...
Transpondeur 1000, Charlie Oscar, on n'a pas entendu le début du message. Et Fox Charlie Oscar, niveau initial 70070. Reçu niveau initial 70. Fox Charlie Oscar, correct, rappelez prêt pour la mise en route des moteurs. On rappelle mise en route Charlie Oscar.
Ground broadsword 01, stand 105, request engine start.
Broadsword 01, start up approach KNH 1019, report ready for taxi.
Start approved, and we'll ready taxi, QNH 1019 at broadsword 01. Perfect, so cleared for engine start. We'll put the beacon on, that tells everyone nearby that we're about to either start moving or start our engines. And we'll now start the engines here. So I've just got the little checklist here to remind me of the procedure. It's very simple, you just simply open the guards here, you move the engine starter igniter to the one you want, and then press start engine. Very Airbusy. run. We'll monitor the engine instruments for the first one so you can see what's going on.
Charlie
There's
Oscar pour mise en route et
N2.
repoussage. Charlie Oscar, avez-vous besoin d'un repoussage?
We have oil
Je pense
pressure.
pas que ce soit possible
N1,
là où vous
ignition.
êtes actuellement. On va légèrement brouter dans l'herbe, mais... Charlie Oscar reçu. Alors, mise en route et repoussage approuvé, canage 19, rappelez 3 roulages.
There we go. It's all lit up. Oil pressure increasing. Oil temperature.
Très très proche.
There's N1.
Ah, je suis à mon avis visuel sur le système parking. On repousse, on rappelle pour le roulage.
We are going old school 2 tons today. Broadsword. Hope you're doing well, buddy. So I think once the limit changes here, the starter limit, there you go, I think that's when the engine's stabilised, it gets rid of the starter limit, the upper end, that yellow amber part there, and you can see everything's stable. So we'll now start engine number 1. Close that guard so I don't accidentally push stop. Pop outside for this one. Massive business jet. Oh my gosh, he's invisible! There he is. I can make his head disappear.
Where are you? Okay, you are the goal, right? Lufthansa 456, are you on Paris Charles de Gaulle?
It's a little lost.
Oui, oui, très bien. Roger, so contact de Gaulle approach on 121, 150, bye-bye.
Oh, I've got aircraft forward. I definitely need to get some bubble batching.
I'm on Le Bourget airport. That's Orly. Nothing on Orly and not de Gaulle.
Looks like 2 good engine starts anyway. Sounds pretty cool as well. And there we go. Oh, looking good. There.
Okay, Lufthansa 456, contact de Gaulle approach
50,
on 121,
40,
115.
30.
Dealey, thank you very much. I
20,
have no idea what you're
10.
saying. I'm quite interested to hear what Microsoft Ad has to say about this.
Monsieur, nous n'avons plus de champagne ici. Nous sommes en train de nous enivrer. Veuillez nous en procurer immédiatement.
Immediate. Thank you very much. I saw champagne and sir, and that's my French exhausted. And talking about immediately, baby? I'm not sure. Thank you very much, Dealey, for the $5. Absolutely no idea what you said. I'm sure someone will put that into translator for me, and I'll work out what it was said there. Interesting. Amazing. Right. What do I got to do after the engine start? Where's my checklist? So engine start, ITT rise, ICAS check, opposite engine start, external power. We need to disconnect. So it's under page 2, mod set, ground power off. There we go, so that's completed. There we are, electrical systems checked. So I think we press system here. There we are, so we've got amperage voltage. The battery's charging, which is looking good, so happy with that. Checked. Avionics switches on. We've done it already. Climate control selected to normal. Here's some hissing, that's a good sign. Passenger light safety buttons on, trim is set, so I'm going to put the trim just in the green unit here. There we are, it's very difficult to see, but I've just set the trim right in the middle of the green. Flight controls checked. Now, I don't know if this is a bug with the latest beta version, but when I check the flight controls, I am moving them now, but look, you see the elevator aileron. Do not move, they are fixed. Even on the system page here, look, I'm moving the flight controls, you can see the rudder's moving. No change here, but if you go outside, you can see, look, the inputs are there, so I don't know if that's a little bug. They stress with each update that there's some little bugs and things with each one, so that's the only one I found personally. So imagine the flight controls are checked and they are working fine. Close that here. Speed ground support is check, so perfect. Flaps to 15. That gauge is working fine. Hydraulic pressure's checked, I saw that on the system page, that's fine. Engine anti-ice not required. Takeoff date is confirmed. Avionics set. Autopilot, imagine we've checked that. Altimeter set. QNH 1019. And pressurization's fine. ICAS is checked. Aft divider doors, whatever they are latched open. There we are, ready for taxi. I think we're all good to go. Perfect. Parlez-vous anglais? Je ne comprends. Oh dear, let's request taxi. This could be interesting actually, it's quite a complex little airport here. Let's just turn down Microsoft Flight Simulator slightly so we can hear ATC clearly. Broadsword 01, stand 105, request taxi.
Broadsword 01, taxi holding point runway 09 via Whiskey 2, Charlie 2, cross runway 03 and Alpha.
Taxi runway 09 via Whiskey 2, Charlie 2, cross 03 to Alpha, Broadsword 01. Alright, this could be interesting, and let's grab the little taxi chart. There we are, so Whiskey 2, where are you? There we are, Whiskey 2's down there, Charlie 2, crossing 03 Alpha. Alright, I think I know where we're going here. We can monitor that as we taxi along as well. I've got the chart in front of me. Perfect, let's put the taxi
Charlie Oscar, mes excuses, je crois qu'on vient d'emprunter Victor 4.
and release the parking brake. Let's go to Palma.
Pas de soucis, poursuivez sur Victor. Et Charlie 2, traversez la 03 et roulez Alpha pour le point d'attente Alpha.
So I might be going through several aircraft here. Not much I can do. Nothing to see here. Other professional live streamers are available. Yeah, they don't taxi through other aircraft. There's not much I can do. I think he's in a Cessna or a BizJet. Anyway, we'll join the taxiway here. This is just the default Le Bourget airport.
Yeah, the A320 is not connected on that sim, it's on your sim.
Ah, okay. Perfect. So here we are. We just need to get down to Whiskey 2. So it's going to make a left turn here. I've got a funny feeling the Le Bourget control tower isn't quite like that either. That'd be crazy. It's just a default airport though. Anyway, we're still good. So, progressive taxi looking here. We're going to take that next left. There's Charlie 2. That's where I'm going for, which is a bit of a hot spot, but we've already been... You need to look where I'm going. I need to go there. That's where we're going to cross the runway 03. It looks so low down, I know. I'm so used to being high. I mean, even compared to the 7.4 as well. Yeah, we're practically sat on the ground here. So left here. Oh dear, I know, Joe, I'm sort of taxiing... Oh, I'm still not looking where I'm going. Joe, I'm taxiing how you were probably feeling a couple of days ago after your birthday. Alpaca grass cutting service. Unbelievable. Next right should be Charlie 2. I can't look down for
Charlie
long.
Oscar, contactez le Bourget tout 118,920. Bonne soirée, mes servants.
I'm trying to press the zoom out button. Let me just slow down a bit here because I'm going to end up...
À bientôt.
Where are you? Zoom button. I can't look any further because I need to still see the taxiway. Oh, I can't remember. It's fine. I'll just refer to it here. Right, it should be Charlie 2. All the taxi markings are correct. Charlie 2 here. So taxi along a Mach 1. I need to work out how to turn lighting on in the aircraft as well. It's getting dark. Now we've been cleared to cross the runway. So this is Charlie 2. Found it. Oh, but the problem is I don't know how to scroll on the chart, so just keep looking at that one. Right, I need to look where we're going. John flooded soup can blow to the breathalyzer for me. Very good. Unbelievable. I've just noted Fly Live's not working either. I'm just going to shut that off straight away because Fly Live never works when I use Microsoft Flight Simulator. Bye bye. Fly Live. Oh, it never updates. Slight right here. We're zooming along at a decent pace here. What's our ground speed? 19 knots, 20 knots.
Broadsword 01, contact Le Bourget Tower 118,920. Bonne soirée, mes servants.
Contact tower frequency 118,925, Broadsword 01. Bonjour.
Merci.
Perfect. 118,925. 925. There we go. Ooh. Right, I'm going to do a bit of a before takeoff checklist here. Oh, I need to work out how to turn the lighting up on here, because when I did the test sectors it was daytime throughout. Where is the cabin lighting? Oh, well, we'll have to work it out sooner or later. Right, it's going to be then a slight left turn here, Alpha, and then we've got to make sure we line up on the correct runway here, because it could be a little bit confusing, look. Bit of a before takeoff checklist here. So config we checked, flaps we have 15, stab trim set for departure as well, takeoff briefing, the air conditioning is set, the departure is the Irixu 5 Juliet now, climbing straight ahead Papa Bravo 090, slight right turn to Papa Bravo 093, stop climb flight level 70, which is set here. NADP 1 we're going to bug up at 3,000 feet, any problems will climb straight ahead runway heading and contact ATC. So that's it, checks are all complete, and talk about the takeoff procedure then. So we're going to run the checklist first. I'm happy to ditch the charts. Here, I'm trying to, let me just get to the hold point and hold position here, right? There's no hold point here, so I'm actually, I'm just going to hold position here, so it's one of the problems of using default airports. I can't actually see any hold point. I think that will do. We'll set the parking brake here. So let's just get rid of that chart. So chart, checklist, so taxi checklist we've done, brakes we've checked several times, and the ability to taxi on grass. Nose wheel steering's definitely checked, fly instruments are checked, eyes protection systems are checked, rudder bias system is checked, seats are set, flaps are set, speed brakes up, trim is set for departure, crew briefing is complete. TCAS, TAR8, so we're going to go down here to tuning. Oh yeah, I just need to put the radios on auto. Very Airbusy this is. So auto. And this one can go to auto as well. TCAS to TRA, which it's already in, and that is done. We need to turn on the pitot static heat system prior to departure. What else have we got here? Battery amperage is fine, ice protection set, exterior lights as required, ICAS checked, and then let's take off. So we'll put the landing lights on and the strobe lights on, and we'll tell them we're ready for departure. And we'll also need to turn on yaw damper. Not yaw damper, the toga mode. There we are, toga mode's engaged. No, I've got the wrong flight director bars, I thought I'd changed that. We'll check it with Tao. Tao, very good evening. Broadsword 01 is holding short of runway 09 and ready for departure.
Broadsword 01, very good evening, sir. From Alpha, runway 09, clear for takeoff, welcome.
Fly Alpha, runway 09, cleared, takeoff, Broadsword 01. So we've cleared for takeoff. Parking brake is released, so let's just talk through that takeoff profile again. When I line up, we're already in the toga takeoff mode. I'm just going to put the thrust lever in the takeoff detent. We'll rotate at 101 knots. Pitch for 124 knots. Will probably be a bit higher than that because of the acceleration and thrust on departure. It'll be quite a lot of thrust available. So yeah, this is a bit of a hot spot here. You just got to make sure you line up on the correct runway. So runway 09, that's looking good. But yeah, wish me luck. You know, I don't fly this aircraft. It's not a 737. It's completely alien to me. I might forget a few steps, but I'll do my absolute best to do everything as realistically as possible. There's one thing I do want to change though, and that's these. I hate these flight directors. Really a lot. So I think we have to go here to PFD menu. Oh no, I want to keep on present position, and I think I go to config. Oh yeah, flight director. Ah, oh, so much nicer. Thank you. Escape, escape. Should we do it? Toga's in chat. Oh look, I'm not even going to forget this. Look, timer. Elapsed time has been started. Superb. Parking brake is released. Let's go to Palma de Mallorca. Oh yeah, just need to select nav, which I'll do at 400 feet. That's fine. Right, engine's looking all stabilised at 43%. Set. Takeoff thrust. There we are. Takeoff detent. There we are. Takeoff thrust sets. Indications all. It's very quiet. 80 knots. V1, rotate. We're there already. Whoa, full right rudder, but I'm not turning right. And we're airborne. My goodness me. Possibility climb gears coming up. Now I'm going to ignore the flight directive straight away, pitch for 20 degrees because we're going to keep accelerating and push flight level change. And above 124 knots. There we are. I'll select nav. Climb thrust. And there we are. We're going to go back to 124 now. Just going to hold that attitude. And that should slowly bring back 124 knots. We've got so much excessive thrust here, and we need to maintain V2 plus 10, which is almost impossible until...
Broadsword 01, contact to go approach, 121.15, have a safe flight, bye-bye.
121.15, broadsword 01. Thanks a lot for the ATC, bye. So what I'm going to do now is just get it all trimmed out. Every time I press the button it resets the mouse. Look at that, it's so annoying. I'm trimming and it moves the mouse. I've got, look, trim, mouse moves to the top left. So annoying. Yaw dampers on, autopilot, and set standard, which is 1013. So fly the aeroplane first before contacting ATC. I'm going to bug 240 now. And we've bugged up just about 1,000 feet too high. Not a big problem. Just let the aircraft accelerate. As soon as I'm above the flap 35 bug, I'm going to select flaps up. Contact departures. 121.15. Flaps coming up.
Delta 3, Cafe 146.
Cathay 146 from Delta 3, wing 03 degrees 5 knots, runway 09 right, clear for takeoff.
Love the radio on this, sounds superb.
Clear for takeoff. Holding point Delta 3, runway 09 right, Cafe 146.
Edigal radar, good day. Broadsword 01, we're on an Irixu 5 Juliet departure out of Le Bourget, passing 59 at flight level 70.
Broadsword 01, bonsoir, identified, comfortable 190.
Climb flight level 190, Broadsword 01. So 190 checked, we've got flight level change set, which is 240, and...
Lufthansa 456,
is that saying that we've got standard set?
Bravo,
I think it
or
doesn't realise we're in Europe.
Delta 4, runway 09 right.
Yeah, passing 7-2, flight level 190.
Taxi via Bravo,
Have to
holding
take
point
off
Delta
checkpoints.
4, runway 0... Bravo, holding point Delta 4,
Landing gears
runway
up,
09
flaps are
right.
up, throttles are in climb, yaw dampers on, autopilot is selected, ice protections on, passenger light buttons as required. And landing lights, they want to be on now, pressurization is checked, I don't know how to check it. Set. There we are, have to take off checklist complete. Beautiful.
Golux 836, bonsoir. You are
So I
clear
need
to
to change this chart
runway
somehow
09
so I can
right.
bring the
Agopa
display.
5 Golf departure. ISO climb stall 120.
Don't know how to
underscore
change it though.
5715.
Anyway, we'll look at that later. Right, anyway, just to show you where we are, let's bring up the Navigraph charts. Can't see at the moment. What's our SID? There we are, Irixu 5 Juliet, looks a good guess. Making that left turn then, inbound to Papa Golf 101.
Golux 836 is correct.
There we are, passing flight level 100 for 190, do pre-cruise checks. Remember, unlike the 73 and other jet aircraft, we stay at 240 knots until we're doing decimal. Let me try and find the manual here, can't remember. 240 knots you maintain until you convert to a Mach number of decimal 64, which you'll do automatically, so you just leave it at 240. There we are.
Air Force 10 Papa Alpha, turn left, heading
Press escape, I think
200
it's memory 1. There we are, we should get all the VNAV information here. It's mega. Top of descent's an hour 50. ETA, Palma, 1 hour 59 minutes from now. It's really quite an immersive add-on. A lot of amazing features.
Requesting clearance to Madrid.
Golux 399, bonsoir, standby for count.
So fuel's good, we've got 1400 on board, lights. Landing lights can come off, those can stay on. Pressurization, I think it's set, standard set. I think that means standard set, yeah, 1013 and it preset 1020. Just overshot that turn slightly. These desktop simulators, they are incredibly good. Sometimes I do struggle with these tighter turns. Maybe I could have done that a little bit slower to help out, but the real 7.3 would do the same if you came over a steep turn like this.
Cathay 146 bonsoir, identified, climb flight level 190.
Climb maintaining flight level 190.
It's going to be a beautiful sunset flight here. So approaching 2 to go. I'll now select vertical speed.
Correction, climb flight level 180.
Half the problem is trying to find the buttons.
180.
There we are, vertical speed, 2,000 feet per minute, and I have to produce thrust myself to make sure we maintain 240 knots. So, high thrust now, inbound to Papa Oscar Yankee now.
Air France 10 Papa Alpha, direct Pépon.
And I'm setting 1,000 feet per minute for 1 to go. And it should say altitude at 1 to go.
Altitude.
There we go.
Air France 58,
Just taking a bit more thrust off to maintain 240 knots.
Broadsword 01, contact by center 128.1.
128.1, broadsword 01, bonsoir.
Crème 4 kg.
250 sur Oscar.
So it's Paris Centre, approaching 190, I'm going to level off here.
To station at 1, Ryanair 349er, Paris Control, bonjour, identified. T-9 Echo arrival.
A V pilot is honestly, I prefer it to X pilot. Like the volume controls are a lot better, and everyone seems to speak
There will be the
a similar
T-Nil
volume.
Echo
compared to
9
X pilot.
arrival for Ryanair 349.
Leveling off at 190, so further
Golf
reducing
1
speed
Echo
for us to
requires
maintain
star clearance
240.
from our performing right hand orbit.
Golf 19 Echo, Paris Control, bonjour, identified. Luman 9 Echo arrival.
Beautiful.
Say again?
Decimal 74 today, John.
Sorry, Golf 19.
I need to work out
Sorry,
the
okay,
lighting on
once
it.
again, Golf 19 Echo, Paris, bonjour, identified. Sable
Get
9
dark.
Echo arrival. Sierra Alpha, Bravo, Lima Echo.
Sable Minor, arrival Golf 1 Echo, thank you.
Air France 58 Tango Golf, Paris, Air France 58 Tango Golf.
Raycon, can we get a tour of the Just Flight edition of Palma? Absolutely, Just Flight requested that, and as part of me giving away, so we can do a full tour, have a look around the airport. I'm sure many of you watching have been into Palma de Mallorca and around the terminal. I certainly have, and it looks great. Paris Bonjour, broadsword 01, maintaining flight level 190, inbound to Abobo, request further climb.
Crossel 001 Paris Control, bonjour, identified, continue climb flight level 290.
Flight level 290, broadsword 01. So 290 is set, we can now select, where are you, level change, and just set the detent to climb. Airbus. There we are, climb for a set, and I can fine tune that 240 knots. Up we go.
Ryanair 249er, direct Urelo.
Mega. Russell, good evening, Skipper. Nice to see you outside your comfort zone.
Good evening, KLM 90 Alpha, that is flight level 360.
But I love this add-on. I can't stress this is a
Ryanair
mod.
349er, direct
Like the Simo
Urelo,
mod, like
uniform
the
Romeo,
fly-by-wire
Echo,
project,
Lima,
and
Oscar.
it is fantastic. Like, it's
Direct
really, really
Urelo
good.
for Ryanair 349.
KLM 90 Alpha, Paris Control, bonjour, identified.
It's great to see a lot of 80s.
333 Bravo, contact
It was
the
Friday night, I
approach
suppose, we could see it.
121.150, bye-bye. C33 Bravo, contact the Gaulle approach, 121.150, bye-bye. Alpine 56 Mike, no further ATC, Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Busy.
Going to Unicom 122.8, maintain Alpine 56 Mike.
There is a way. There we are.
Air France 106.
Terrain or weather selected.
Air France 106,
Oh, yeah, I've got the
Paris
weather radar
Control,
on now.
bonjour, identified, BBAX 9 Echo arrival.
BWAX 9 Echo arrival for Air France 106.
Paris Control, bonsoir, Air France.
Yeah, obviously we always base the channel around the 737.
Papa Alpha, Paris
I take
Control,
great
bonjour,
enjoyment in
identifié,
learning
niveau
and
290,
streaming a new aircraft. I really enjoyed yesterday reinstalling this
Montée initiale
planning
de
stream
9-0, Air France 10 Papa Alpha.
and test sector yesterday, learning it all again. Yeah, it's one I did before the stream went well. Hopefully this
Air
will be
France
flawless.
55, Paris Control, bonsoir, identifié, Merci, arrivée L'Équipe 9 Echo.
L'équipe 9 Echo, ça comprend.
They are left turn now in
Air
back
France 106, descend flight level 100 to be leveled by Colif.
100 below by caller for Air France 106.
Beautiful.
Flight control, bonsoir. Ukraine International 4 Kilo Tango, flight level 190.
Ukraine International 4 Kilo Tango, Paris Control, bonjour, identified. Climb flight level 350.
Climb flight level 250, Ukraine International 4 Kilo Tango.
Russell here in
Paris
Broadside,
Control,
where Eagles there, Danny Boy
afternoon,
calling
Quebec
Broadside.
146
Yep,
Heavy,
that's been put
passing
on loads of times.
13,000, climbing flight level 180.
Cathay 146, Paris Control, bonjour, identified. Climb flight level 300 initially.
Climb remaining flight level 300, Quebec 146 Heavy.
Air France 55, poursuivez la descente niveau 110.
Special drone camera.
On va continuer les descentes niveau 110, Air France 55.
Superb. FPS are getting quite good performance. Some of these recent sub updates are now coming through and giving me really good FPS. I mean, you guys know my specs, but it should be pretty smooth. Well, look at that, contrails just started. Very nice.
Golf 19 Echo, descend flight level 140 to be leveled by Nerki.
Right, approaching one to go again.
Flight level 140, left by Nerki, Golf 19.
Altitude.
Vertical
Russell
speed.
001, no further ATC, Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
122.8, broadsword 01, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
So no more ATC, so going to go back to flight level change to
Air France
40.
58 Tango Golf,
And we'll
direct
close
Valet.
straight to 430.
Direct Valet, Tango, Air France, 5 Tango Golf.
There are 430 sets and over to your Unicom. It's great to have the radio tuning panel working in flights in 2020. There we go. Beautiful. So, in climb detent, which we have now, it'll set it has FADEC, and it'll set the appropriate thrust setting and fuel flow, whatever is needed, just like it would for the FADEC, or EEC would in the NG, and set whatever's needed based on the external conditions. You just leave it in that detent, and then we just, like in the CRJ, like in the old school 737s, once we reach the cruise level, we just manually set the thrust to maintain our target cruise speed, which will be decimal 74 today. Fazzo Dude, are you on VATSIM? Yes, we are. 80's very loud, can't hear you speaking. Sorry, Eric. Very difficult to manage that, because I think that it always comes across louder for you guys than I can hear. But the problem is, if I have it any lower, I can't hear ATC. It's a fine balance. Matt Warren, is the cabin pressure modelled in this aircraft? I think so. There's certainly numerous checklists to check it, but I don't actually know how to find that information. I've lost my mouse cursor. But this is the thing that's really annoying with Microsoft Flight Simulator. You see where my mouse is, as I was mentioning earlier, as soon as I push a button on my joystick, so even a hat switch, look, it teleports your mouse cursor to the top left-hand corner. So when I was hand flying earlier trimming, I was trying to engage the autopilot. Every time I pushed the trimmer, it moved the mouse cursor to the top left. Very frustrating. Ricardo had some weird problems with ZBObot the past 2 days. Is LNAV? Yeah, I think there's Zebo's still putting fixes out for that. Raycon, do you have an Xbox controller for the drone view? I do. Let's try and fly live again. I must contact the dev to see why it is intermittent for me. Maybe there's an update for it that I don't know about. Windows. Always works initially. So there we are, selecting fly live on. So you should see it's all working now, and then after a few minutes it just sort of bugs out. Chip SEPA updates have been rolling out faster than you can do a 1 hour flight. Yeah, he's been punching them out at 2 a day at the moment. Yeah, they've been very busy. That's mega. So it will be a nighttime landing by the time we get to Palma, but when I do the scenery tour, we'll put it back to daylight because I want to show you the night lighting as well anyway. But we'll move the time around. Our live weather right now. Yeah, now maintaining Mach decimal 6.4. How are you feeling back there, guys? Yeah, I thought so. Very quiet. Simi, do you have to do PAs in French if you're flying to from France? How's your French? No, we don't, but the cabin crew have to do a safety demo in the second language, so English, and would be also in French if flying to a French destination, Spanish destination, etc., etc. Haven't heard the call sign for the good old days. Yeah, I thought, you know what, let's just do broadsword today. It'd be pretty cool. We do have Alpaca Executive as well. John Padfield, what's the red cabin pressure dump switch below the PFD? Don't even... I think it's exactly what you think it is. Not going to push it. Lumbering up to 430. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn on TCAS. Well, I have it on, but I don't know if it actually displays other traffic on VATSIM, but we do have traffic on now on the ND. John Padfield should be marked do not press. Yeah, post-it note right over the top. Same way on the film Apollo 13 when he has that post-it note right over the top, doesn't he? I don't know what. Richard, are you right in saying that PMDG are releasing a 737 for Microsoft Flight Simulator soon, or am I misinformed? No, you are not misinformed. Ooh, very exciting news, guys. In the next month or so, I'm going to be doing my first ever product review. So, someone sending me a very cool peripheral, and I'm going to do a review, guys. I'm going to do an unboxing. You might get a wrist and a hand reveal. I'm going to get one of my friends around to film it, yeah, we're going to unbox it, have a look at it. We're going to plug it in, and we're going to see how it does. You'll get to see my office. Very cool. Luigi asking, which business jets have you flown in real life? None. And this, I think, is the only business jet I've ever flown on a live stream. Deedley, what's the highest altitude you've ever flown? 410, max cruise level for the 7.3, and decimal 8180. Look, the previous captain left his greasy finger marks on the windscreen. Someone's becoming a professional YouTuber. You've got to hashtag that joke. Guys, if you enjoyed the stream so far, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button as well. Don't forget, after landing in Palma, I'll be doing a bit of a scenery review, seeing what's around there. I've actually been in this terminal and outside the airport before. And I'll also purchase a lucky winner a copy of the new Just Flight scenery for Palma De Mallorca for Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. Have I been a passenger in a business jet? Absolutely not, Luigi. I'd love to, but we don't make that much money. Simply Bob, isn't flight level 410 a bit high for this plane? I think max cruise level's 450. yes, often flying quite high. Is there an event going on in Paris? Well, someone did say they were going to get some agency for the Bourget. Wasn't expecting that. There's no events in Palma this evening, but maybe we'll get some agency, which would be cool. A previous captain at KFC for lunch. It's not greasy enough. Maybe he was carrying some white powdery substance. That's what's left on here. Oh dear. That's what you might find in the back of one of these. There's a video floating around of a drug-busting crew, and they got into the back of a business jet, and it was full of drug dealers and cocaine, I think. Want to go checked. When we level off then, you see it's going at 180 knots, but don't forget we're maintaining a Mach number. That's completely normal. Our actual ground speed is 387 knots. But when we level off, we'll leave it in climb for a little longer, just let the aircraft accelerate, and then when we get to decimal 74, we'll take a bit of this rest stuff. That looks spectacular. It always looks amazing at night. Not sure about the contrails throughout the entire rear of the aircraft, but that looks great. Just about to see the stars coming into view as well. That's mega. Ricardo, Palma approaches online for now. That's superb. Just monitor level off. Melron, how often does ATC in real life actually request you to confirm location of other aircraft near you? Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 stock ATC wants you to confirm any object in the sky near you like crazy. Yes, that's still from the original heyday of Flight Sim 2020. Flight Sim 2020, FSX, and previous renditions of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yes, traffic inside, traffic not inside. Very rarely in controlled airspace, well, hardly ever, would ATC ask you to confirm where traffic is. Sometimes, if they put you on a heading for traffic avoidance, which is quite common, they'll advise you, traffic 1 o'clock, range 12 miles, will pass 5 miles to your right or something. You just go, yeah, roger. But no, very rarely in controlled airspace will they ask you to monitor for traffic. Luigi, what about flights in helicopters? I've had 2 helicopter lessons some years ago now, Robinson R22, which I found quite enjoyable. Although the thing looks like a spinning death trap, but I did always, it'd be pretty cool to get your helicopter license, I suppose. But yeah, I had a couple of lessons just for fun. I quite enjoyed it. John, behave yourself. So we'll just leave the thrust where it is. Just keep on accelerating to decimal 74. We'll do a fuel check at Astrup. You get all the information here from the FMC. So your active waypoint Astrup, 84 miles away, 12 minutes. Waypoint after that, Minso, and then your destination distance and ETA. VNAV in the CJ4 very different to how it works in the 737. It's just a fixed glide path angle, so it'll work out the angle 3 degrees from top descent to meet your restriction, and then you just monitor the speed or add thrust or speed brake as required to fly your speed. Not quite as efficient, but again, these engines, what are they burning now? What's our fuel flow? I think it's one of these. Yeah, 2. Look, we've got full thrust here, full climb thrust still. We're only burning 220 kilos an hour. That's balmy. It's hardly any. Great FPS. I'm getting 60 FPS right now. Ideally, airplanes float on a cushion of air, don't want to land. Helicopters sit on the tip of a cone of air and just want to fall off. Very good. One thing I noticed on a couple of test sectors I flew, it is quite a low wing. I mean, if you look at the wing, it is close to ground, so when you're in the flare there, ground effect would be more pronounced than it would be in the 737. But by George, the ground effect on this was insane. Honestly, it was like bouncing off a cushion of air when I was trying to land. You'll see it today. Albeit the approach speeds will close the thrust, hold the altitude. It just doesn't want to go down. You actually end up, after floating for about 300 or 400 meters, I have to put the nose down. Also, the speed is very slow, slowing off as well. It would in reality bleed off much quicker, I swear. But no, it does really seem to have this exasperated ground effect. You'll notice it today. Again, I've never flown. Yeah, the wing is a lot closer to the ground, so it would be more of a ground effect than you'd get with the 7.3, of course, but that's minimal. Right, I've just taken a little bit of the thrust off there, just to maintain Mach decimal 7.4. That's why I'm monitoring the speed very closely, to see if it's accelerating or slowing down. I'll take a little bit more thrust off there. It's going to be quite high in N1 for cruise today anyway. Looks like we've got it plugged in quite nicely. Speed looks pretty stagnant. 739. 738 maybe. It's coming down slowly. Just keeping a close eye on that. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit more in one, maybe 1% more. 95.3. It's not too much quite sensitive here. 95.8. That should do it. I'll keep a close eye on it. But yeah, we are decimal 7.4. That's our cruise number of the map. Cruise Mac number 7. There we are, nicely sat in the cruise. Where are we? Not on our flight plan apparently. Have I got a new flight plan? I think this might be an old one. Oh, am I so far off? That's concerning. I didn't expect to have been bang on it. Just jump into the cockpit there. Eric soon and stuff. Valku? I think this is completely different to our flight plan. Oh, there's Astrup. So, okay, we're routing direct to Astrup on the FMS, coming in from a slightly different direction. Maybe this is very slightly from what I put in the flight plan. We'll double check over Astrup when we get to that waypoint, but it looks like it's heading in the right direction. Maybe there was a slight issue from what was in Simbury from what I actually had filed in the flight plan. I like this, that you push that button and it lines the heading bug. It's pretty cool. Hello, Raz. Swingy ZW, drop line, say hi team. I like the show, keep it up. Thank you, sir. Hello, T-Bomb 93. No problem. I'm glad you made it. Well, here, thank you. Did you use the wrong airway potentially, Lauren? But there's no airway I'm on. If I bring up Navigraph again, I mean, there can't be any wrong airway. I'm just in the middle of airspace. I'm not on an airway right now, so I can't be on a wrong airway. We'll see what happens when we get overhead Astrup, which it looks like we're heading directly to anyway. Get my drone cam out. That's mega. Oh, the sun reflected there. This is mega. Yeah, gotta give hats off to the devs. They made a pretty sim. Looking cool. There's Jib with his baseball cap on. It's mega. What if it's going to cross the pond? Probably. I think it's got quite good range. you. Oh dear. I love this sunlight coming in, reflecting on the cabin. It's spot on. These little circles there, is that from all the GoPro camera mounts? These fingerprints. It's pretty detailed. Let's make it. So you must be a girl then, yep. How far we got until top for descent? 38 minutes. Guys, I'm just going to have a quick break, just nip to the toilet. So I'll be back in about 4 or 5 minutes or so. We've also got this little area of Unicom. And I'll see you in about 5 minutes. I'll leave you in the drone cam outside. See you in a sec, guys. Next off that, guys. Just come back. Look at that sun about to set. I think we'll stay in this view. Just about to see the sun dip below the horizon. Look pretty cool. Ashton, hi Caps, you didn't cross the pond this month? I'm not. No, I'm working. I am flying for real this time. Not a bad thing. I'm going to be busier this winter than I thought I would be as well. they've changed the roster pattern slightly this winter. We're meant to be having a lot more time off, but I think there's been a little bit more demand than expected, which is great news. So yeah, I'll still be streaming more than I would be doing in the summer, because I'll be having a lot of standbys. Just having a look here now, we're directly overhead Astrup, and you can see, look, we sort of rejoined the airway there. I saw someone mention about the SID, but it should have been the same look. It terminated at Iriksu, so we should have gone to Iriksu Itabo, but something happened along that way. But no, we seem to be spot on now. We're on the Upper November 855 airway from Astrup to Mincer. Let's do a quick fuel check actually at Astrup. Oh, wow, that looks mega. I need to still work out how to turn some of the lighting up in here. I've got the instrument lighting, but is there a way of turning on the background lighting in the CJ4? So we just passed Astrup 6 miles ago. We've been airborne now for 36 minutes. Let's have a look at the flight plan. There's Astrup, so we should have been there after 32 minutes. So yeah, it makes sense. 37, maybe a little bit later. Yeah, this actually has us at decimal 7.5. And I've just checked the speed. We're actually doing 7.2, so it's actually dropped off a little bit there. So we need to accelerate, and that would explain why we're going slow. We should have 876 kilos. Remember, we took an extra 250, so we should have about 1,100 on board, and that's exactly what we got. Just over, or just under 1,100. We should have burned 378, so that's looking spot on so far. Overhead, thanks Brandon. On the overhead. Aha! Oh, that's better. Thanks Brandon. That's better. Much better. So probably a little bit too bright, but yeah, I'll turn it down a little bit more. Oh well, you can actually see the lights turning on. Oh, I thought these were gas burns, they're actually the lights. Perfect. The sun is just set now, we just missed it. Superb. Mike, speedbird by any chance? You sound like a speedbird captain. Thanks. Mike, yes, I guess that's what you're trying to get to. I see your previous question. That's something I don't divulge in sharing publicly. A lot of people might be very correct to know who I work for. My operator knows that I do these streams, great content for flight sim enthusiasts, but I do wish to keep that personal. I'll share my disclaimer. I can't remember what the command for it. What is it? Where's the mods? Oh dear. I can't remember. I literally can't remember the command. Can't even run my own channel, but I usually have someone punch it out there. Appreciate it, Mike. Thank you for your understanding. Oh yeah, hold on, we're meant to be speeding up here. 7.2. I do miss it auto throttle. That's set about 90. At 95% there. Let's go about 98%. So let's accelerate. Thanks, Dominant Mosin. I literally couldn't remember the command. Yeah, good one, D-Lee. Thanks, Gino. Yeah, nice one. Look at that, that's beautiful. I think in the distance there we have, oh yeah, hold on, I've lost my mouse. That's the Pyrenees. We'll be flying just east of Barcelona. Looks absolutely mega. So it could be 9 or something like that. Kind of. Praise. That is not a command. So we get to around 100 miles from top of descent, we'll start setting up for the approach. There's 7.4 now, so we can take a bit of that thrust off. It was 95 before, so let's go about 96. It's very sensitive there. That should hopefully hold about decimal 7.4. Keep a close eye on it. Just like having the old 737 or 727-200. And look for the Discord. Discord is a members only perk. So if you become a member on the channel, you get invited to our private members only Discord. where we've got a few hundred members and stuff. And, you can communicate with me directly and get involved with the group flights and the Alpaca Airways monthly group flight. I do test sectors, I stream them. I did this one, for example, yesterday. And you can talk to me directly. It's the easiest way to contact me. But I am on social media. I probably won't reply to any messages on there because I just get bombarded daily, especially before streams. I haven't looked at my Instagram message request there, but it was running in the 300 or 400s recently. But that annoyingly includes if someone leaves an emoji on your story, it leaves a message, so genuine messages get lost in there. But I always look out for certain things, especially if I ask for someone to message me. John, we're bang on the magenta line now. Yeah, we always were on the magenta line, but we're bang on where Navigraph is saying we should be. So yeah, certainly wasn't questioning its accuracy. I think there might have just been something different in the FMS, but no, that is... You can't get more accurate than that. Our ANP is excellent. Almost halfway. Lovely evening to go flying here. Matt, do you enjoy landing in snowy conditions in game? Yes, real life, no. I hate winter rolls. You won't find many pilots that enjoy winter rolls. Certainly in Europe, we're not used to it. These are little touches I like in the sim. Look at the nav display. Look at the blue reflection under the button. That is just insane. Look at that. And it is getting better. The operation of this aircraft is payware quality. This citation, really. I was telling the members beforehand, before I started this stream, it's a mega add-on. Absolutely mega. Actually, we've got some preset views. Oh, no, here they are. We've got one for the cabin. There we go. That's mega. Oh, behave, Mike. Recon, Latin VFR provides a great addition of LPRAN and upgrades some points of interest of the already beautiful Barcelona photogrammetry. Very cool. I think Microsoft Flight Simulators looks well catered for with freeware scenery and products. I mean, all you have to do is type in Google, freeware, whatever airport, and there's someone that's made something or other. Dini brings up a good question. What is your favourite time of day to fly? Or night? Daytime for me. I prefer flying at day. That looks mega. Got this cool jazz music inside the cruise. Might as well be sat in this plush leather seat looking out the window. That's superb. Yeah, night's drawing in now. It's time over France now, 7:30. So yeah, it's almost dark now. It's usually 9:30, 10:30 summer. Callum, how's about your handling? Still underwhelmed by everything in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but haven't tried the CJ4. Not flown this aircraft, but certainly when you disconnect the automation on final, yeah, it feels good to get good positive inputs. As I mentioned earlier, you'll see today in the flare in Palma, it just floats and floats and floats, and the speed just does not bleed off. It bleeds off about 1 knot a second. It's just not realistic. I don't know, it could be that I'm completely wrong and fooled, but you'll see it today. I'll just hold the attitude, and it just doesn't, you have to physically push down to get the gear down. Yeah, you'll see. Two tons of ship pilot likes day, night, day flying. You'll see it all in one of his sectors. Mike, so you have the 737, what are the types you rated for? I've only flown the 73. Finished my flight training in 2011, joined my operator. I've been here for almost 10 years, and I've only flown the 73. I don't know where you're based there, Mike, but unlike the US where you need 1,500 hours on aircraft, it's considerably smaller than the NG. I went from 300 hours GA, or 190 hours GA, and whatever it was in instrument rating. Less than 250 hours, and then I went straight to the 737. Quite common in Europe. Just check out speed actually. Oh, what's that meant to be a view of? Is that like a pew or something to sit on? I'm not sure. That's what I love, that view. That view's wicked. So cool. I said I'll check my speed, but I just want to look at that view for a second. That's mega. Mike, why not try bring the throttle back early on final? I'm using the same technique as we used to fly the 7.3, probably not correct in this, but the throttle's closed by the time, well, idle thrust by the time I initiate the flare. So it's not the fact I'm leaving any thrust on. Jason, do you ever want to keep flying the 737 for the rest of your career, or is there another plane that you'd like to fly? I'm quite happy being on the 73 fleet. It's yeah, very happy with like roster stability, home pretty much every night. How do I get back into the cockpit? There we go. So yeah, no, it doesn't bother me so much now. Ah, look at that 747 holding the speed there, nicely, beautiful. Look at the stars as well. I mean, it looks a bit flat. It's a small flight price to play. 160 miles, 20 minutes till top of descent. At 2 tons, it would be interesting to have a podcast with Flight Sim and V1 to discuss the differences in pilot training, example hours between Europe and the US. That'd be pretty cool. I know Someone mentions V1 does podcasts, which is pretty cool. But no, if you ever have any questions about that, drop them in Discord. I found the light switch. I did, Joe. Thanks to someone in chat. Gabriel, will you fly more Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 when the PMG G737 comes out? Likely, but I would be forgoing the Zemo mod, that's for sure. I'll be doing a comparison video as well. Well, you know what? Let's start setting up for our descent here, actually. So, let's turn the music down here. Excuse me. Right, so there's no... this has VNAV, basically. There's no sort of need to put in descent winds or speeds because it's basically a fixed angle for descent, and you just, you make your adjustments. It should hold the speed roughly with idle thrust, but I found that might have to play around with the speed recoil thrust there. But I spoke to one of the devs and said that exactly how he's a CJ4 pilot. He said it's exactly how the real CJ4 works. So we've got the performance page here. So if I go to performance VNAV setup here, so you see in the climb what VNAV tries to maintain. I thought my eyes were watering, but no, it's this sort of the light's giving this sort of bloom effect. It's not like that. It shouldn't be like that on a screen. Maybe for something else, but I don't like that bloom effect. Maybe I can turn it off somehow. So VNAV setup. There's the climb, cruise, target speed to 0.74, but obviously there's auto throttle here, and then descent. It's going to try and maintain a descent target speed of 74290. It's got a transition level set for 180, which it won't be. It'll be much lower in Palma. Let me actually grab what I need for Palma de Mallorca chart-wise. I've just got my Navigraph open here. We should get the charts up on the screen in a second anyway, but Lorries 1 Papa is the arrival we're flying, and that has a transition level of by ATC. Alright, well I'm going to stick in something that's not 180 and let's put 70. And it's going to give us a vertical path angle of 3 degrees. So you've got VNAV monitor, and it gives you a bit more information about what VNAV's going to do. How long is it to go from your destination, top of descent, what it's going to calculate to meet your restrictions. Restriction wise, unlike the NG, it doesn't provide the altitudes at which you pass each waypoint. We've got discontinuity there, so it'll be just simply possible Honestly, guys, I've flown this Arrival 50 times. Posma Polenta, very familiar with me. And these are the first restrictions, just to be at or above altitudes, and then it's going to be locking on for 2,500 basically. And then once we get the ILS, we can switch to vertical speed and fly onto the glide slope. It's pretty cool. Let's bring up the chart. So if I select chart here, I can actually... Ah, my eyes! There we go, night mode already selected. There we are. We can actually, if I go into this view here, we don't even need to bring Navigraph up. So, routing. Perpignan, Alba, Girona. So starting at Lores, there's Lores, you can see it there on the FMC, there's no restrictions there, Lores 1 Papa. Going to be routing towards Posma, there's a speed limit point to be added below 250 knots there. We should be doing that, we're playing 290 initially, but I'll make sure we're doing 250 by then. From there we're going to route to Palenza. So there's Nudza, but that's associated with runway 06 left and right, which I don't know if you can see if I zoom in there. And then from Nudza, sorry, not from Nudza, it's direct from Posma to Palenza, which is the initial approach fix. For 24 left and 24 right. There's Posma Palenza coded in the FMC. So that's that. It does say in the manual you can use this to scroll around the chart, but I just cannot get it to work. There's a little mouse wheel that comes up like that, but I can't seem to scroll or move down. I only have one view. I have the ability to zoom in this, but it just zooms in that one part. I can't actually work out how to pan around the chart there, but we can see what we need to see, which is important then. Let's go over to the ILS chart. There we are. So ILS frequencies for ILS Zulu 24 left. It will be via the Palenza transition towards Bavum, which is on the extended centre line, which you can see there, Palenza Bavum. There's the transition selected. Frequencies are 1093. So what I'm actually going to do here, I think it can do it in a very much an Airbus way. So if I go here to tune, you'll see we have it on auto. I'm not 100% sure. I think if you leave it in auto, it should bring up the ILS. However, I'm not going to risk anything. I'm just going to tune the ILS frequency straight away. 1093. So it's just because I'm a Boeing guy and well, a 737 Boeing guy, and I'm so used to doing it manually. I still want to do it manually. I don't trust these automatic systems that do it for you. But 1093 is set. Go back to tune. And it's active back here. I'm sure it'll do it for me, but I just don't like that. I want to do it. 1093. So ILS frequencies are set. The courses... Oh, I just zoomed in accidentally, I think. 238. Now, how was it I got to the ILS page to preset the courses? Tune. Next. Oh, how did I do that? How did I do that? I have the manual here, so I'll have a look there. Oh, Doc say it's a bug. Thanks, Bert fella. Thank you very much. Should be fixed in upcoming software update. Ah, perfect. So it is a known issue then. I was trying quite hard yesterday to try and get that to work, but it's not. Now, how did I get the ILS courses? I have the manual here. Let's look it up together. There we are. So, let's look at the course. Flying an ILS. There we are. Use the FMS ident page. So, IDX. Next page. Arrival data. Aha! Oh, it's already there. Perfect. 109238. And then confirm the proper ILS frequency is tuned in page for nav 1. Okay, I've done that. So what about the course then? Does it set the course? I think it does the course automatically. When I switch from nav to the VR mode, that's how I got all the courses to line up, but it did it automatically yesterday, 238. So I think we're there. Oh, cargo guy, no need to set the ILS course, just frequency. Thanks so much, buddy. Thank you so much. You see, I'm hardwired to fly the 73, so that's all I know. So I'm happy we've got the frequencies courses. Let's have a look at the minimum. So I'll bring up Navigraph then, because you can't actually see on this chart what the minimums are. So let me just bring up Navigraph for you. There we go. For left, there we go. So down here, only can't see available, so I don't know if that falls into category for Cat C. It can only fly Cat 1 ILS, you can't do auto lands. You can do RNAV approaches in this though. To LF, you can have minimum I think, but it's fine for us. We'll use Cat C 239 for our minimum, so 240 rounded up. And you set that down here. It is PFD menu. Actually no, you can go reference menu. There we go. So we'll go down here to Barrow. Oh, it's already set to 240. There we are. I've selected it. Minimum's 240. Must be from my test sector still. So frequencies, courses, and minimums we've set. The rest of the routing then is going to take us, as I mentioned, via Batham. At that point, we'll be on the extended centre line with localizer capture. Then to Obumu, and then to 7.5 DME. 7.5 DME. We'll set the ILS. Down we'll go to our minimums. If we have to go around. What is it in this? It's Toga. You press that button there, which is that one I think, which is a shortcut for Toga. Go around flap 15. It's the same as 7.3. We'll set ground thrust, gear up, retract flaps, schedule, and for our missed approach, climb a runway heading to 420 feet, left turn, not before radial 193 from Joa 17.7. And it's a left turn, max 25 knots, and then outbound 193 from Joe, climb to 3,000 feet, contact 86, just send you away from the airport and then get vectored down for another go. So that's it. That's the ILS chart briefed. Now, if I have a look at the airport charts. Nice long runway here, 24 left, easily able to vacate at Sierra 1 in this little aircraft, but honestly when I've tried to do test sectors I ended up touching down about here with the floats, and I believe this is where General BizJet's park here at Palma. That's where I always see them parked over here in the General Aviation stand, so I'll select that one, parking stands 109C, there we go. So we'll park there, and then I'm going to do a full review of the scenery, a full review of the scenery anyway. So we're going to vacate taxiway south and then invite Quebec or invite one of the gates into the General Aviation park there, and then I'm going to showcase all the scenery, all the pointers which just flight wanted me to mention for this scenery. £15, reasonably priced, and it is very nice quality as well. So there we are. That's the briefing all complete. All we need to do now is wait for top of descent, which is in 10 minutes, 80 miles to go. Ooh, nice. Very, very nice. Dreamliner crews would disagree. Automation in Boeing too. That's why I quickly changed it to 737 Raycon. Oh, Bertfeller, yeah, I think the legacy interaction mode is the one I need. Otherwise, it's all like based off Xbox controls. But as I mentioned, it's so annoying. Look where my mouse is. As soon as I move a button on my joystick, so just look right, boop, the mouse pointer gets teleported to the top left, and again, look, down here. Boop, there you go. I've lost the mouse pointer altogether. In that case, you just have to change view. But I think they know about that already. Our 2 tons, I think we need to check Fancy. I think he's still in the hold over Palma. Yes, our MOG-F must have been more than 6 months ago probably we went to Palma. That was a long one. Looking forward to the one tomorrow though. All is ready. ATC will be in attendance. And I think we do actually have an approach online today, which is pretty cool. Raycon, how often have you been to Palma yourself? 52 times, precisely. Check my logbook. Coming up to Barcelona, that'll be on the right hand side. Left hand side. I'm talking about the way I usually route in, but because I'm coming in from Paris, I'm usually coming from the UK. We always pass Barcelona on the right hand side. In this case, we're passing on the left. Get your question mark map emoji sounds. Looking good. Great mod though, guys. Really good. Completely free, the CJ4 working title mod. You can join their Discord to get all the information there. Eric, the mouse bug will be fixed next week's update. Cool. saw him on the airport chart. What does the cone shape represent to the north of the airport? What's that? The airport chart. What does the cone shapes represent to the north of the airport? Where are you looking? This here? I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they are something to do with the RVR reporting. I really don't know. If someone could answer that, tell me. I don't think we have that one on our charts depicted. I think it's a Jefferson thing. Let me just look at my operator's chart for Palma. Aerodrome. We actually have them on here as well. I truthfully don't know. That's a fantastic question. I'd guess it's either something to do with the wind, so something that measures the wind, or something to do with the RVR reporting. Stop end, mid end, and the start when the RVR is measured. See how two are facing that way and one the other though? Maybe windsocks as well, potentially. I really don't know. They're on my operator's chart as well. Fantastic spot. And what do I tell you guys all the time? You learn something new every day, so I will be hopefully taking away from this live stream something that you've learned. I've been staring at IFR charts, approach charts for the best part of 11 years. I've never noticed that. That was my first instinctive guess, was RVR measuring equipment, but windsocks also makes sense. But why would one be pointing the other direction? I think it's to do with RVR reporting, or measuring equipment. Has my fly live frozen again? I'm trying to guess. I think it has. Look at the altitude, it's locked on at 43,222, or maybe not. Let me just restore it. Oh, it could be live. Nah, it says we're 55% of the way. We're more than that. Rebooting. Actually, no, we're approaching top descent now. I'll leave it off. Should be Perpignan down there, I think. Where's my world map? Nope, wrong again. It's further behind us. That is L'Escale. You know what? I was completely wrong before. I said it would be on our left. Barcelona is on our right. This is the same routing we take. That is Barcelona down there. Oh dear. I'm all over the place today. From the JEPI charts. AMW, when known the location of RVR let me try to get this right. Transmittometers are shown with applicable identifiers. There we are. So we were along the right tracks. Good guess. Oh, lost my mouse pointer again. Bye, mouse pointer. It's been fun. There we go. Is that the Milky Way? I can see it. What's really cool as well, I last flew a couple of days ago, and it's exactly where the moon is right now. I couldn't tell you what you call that moon's cycle. That much moon. Absolutely superb. There's Girona down there. We did a stream into Girona in the BAE 146 from Biggin Hill about a couple of months ago. You can see the airport down there. Barcelona. I don't think that's where the airport is in Barcelona. How long till top of descent? 30 miles, 4 minutes to go. We should have a nice top of descent magenta little, or green circle I should say. There it is, just after Nenda. Thanks, Tornado, Laura. Sam, my brother's in a band, so hopefully he becomes rich and he can buy a citation and he can fly them everywhere. Very cool. Hayden, have you ever experienced windshield takeoff? Yes. Not enough to trigger a windshield warning from the EGPWS, but certainly had it. situation down in Palma. That was the word I was looking for. Waxing gibber spoon. Thanks, Dave. I always forget the terminology associated with all the moon phases. So in Palma, all we have is approach, and that's it. No radars. Shame. Quite a few aircraft inbound though to Palma. There's also an aircraft quite close to me on the right. He's coming in from Echo Golf Juliet Bravo. Where's that? I think that's Jersey. Or Guernsey, isn't it? He's a lot lower than I am. Palma's your first base, if I'm not mistaken. No, wasn't Palma, wasn't Spain though. Aaron, do you have any fond memories of flying GN UK? Favourite airfield perhaps? Yes, I did all my PPL and our building out of Finland. Echo Golf Charlie Lima in the East UK is where I'm originally from. I did my qualified cross country to Thruxton and then Shoreham, Cambridge, Carnarvon, Carlisle, Isle of Wight, went to Bembridge. Yeah, I have some fond memories of fun flights. Where do I like? Every little airfield in Norfolk, Old Shoreham, a few on the coastline. Went to some larger airports as well. Largest airport I went during our building was Doncaster, Sheffield. I went to Newcastle. I went to Blackpool, but it's not that big. That's in uncontrolled airspace. Well, thanks for subscribing, Erratic98, I think that was. Welcome to the channel. Or Erratic69. Cabins, what is the longest hold you've ever been put in? Oh, 30 minutes? Easily. Yeah, thankfully took extra fuel. Oh, actually longer than that. No, I was going to an Eastern European country. First year I became captain, so it was 2019. I'm trying to get my years right. Yeah, 2019. And there was a lot of thunderstorms around. It wasn't a hold as such. We were getting vectors around. I had to keep changing hold because of storms. But we were delayed vectors and holding for about 45 minutes. Hello Scott, this is Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Hope you're doing well, sir. 6 miles to top of descent, guys. So we'll get top of descent in chat, 5.7. I'm just going to set a lower flight level. There's no ATC at the moment. Let's just go for flight level 80. And I'll engage VNAV. That's going to put it in V out. So the aircraft will start descending once it reaches the top descent point. And if you look here on the PFD, you'll notice a couple of things. There's your target rate of descent. That's the same as the VNAV path profile that you get in the Zibo mod. Or the 737, I should say. You'll watch this. The aircraft will start descending once it reaches that, pitching down directly overhead and ender as well. And I just need to reduce thrust now. There's V path active. And the aircraft's now going to start descending. I'm going to reduce thrust. I'm losing it. Reduce thrust to idle. There we go. To maintain. We'll see what speed it gives us. And there we go. Hello, Pearl UK. This has working VNAV. Very, very cool. See how. Well, we might get, unless we get messed around with ATC, we'll hopefully try and do a continuous descent. Excuse me. Should be in Palma in 18 minutes based off our current speed. There's Barcelona off to our right hand side. John Path, I'm just using level change. Nope, we're in VNAV. So it's not pitching for a speed, it's pitching for a path. Doing decimal 70 at the moment. Just keep an eye on our speed. We're under no direct speed control, so we'll just leave it as it is. Pearl UK, no overload today. No, the overlay for me when I use Microsoft Flight Simulator always bugs out after about 25 minutes. So I've already used it 3 times and it kept freezing, so I stopped it. I need to talk to the devs. Maybe I've got an older version, needs updating. Robol, do you is this the working title 0.127? Yes, this is the latest version. It's in closed beta, 0.12.7, available publicly. VNAV path on this aircraft is really well made. Yeah, I've noticed. On the 2 test sectors, it worked perfectly. Norski, this is getting me excited for my holiday to Mallorca in June. I can guarantee you the routing we're flying here, Nenda Cureg Lores, will be the same routing you'll fly going into Palma. Oh, I haven't done the landing performance actually. I forgot to do that. Performance. Approach. So Palma, let's just quickly punch in the weather. Yeah, so latest weather conditions. Winds 2405. Temperature is 22 degrees. QNH in Palma is 1017. Just a few clouds. Palma Day. We are. Dry. Go to the next page. Anti-ice off. Landing weight be 6.3. We only need 834 meters to stop on this 3,000 meter runway. Wow. We can factor it as well, if you wish. But VA ref will be 105 via approach 112. Send. Complete. And those bug speeds will appear when we slow down. 24 left, Sam Heaton is the most common landing runway in Palma. 24 right for departure is the preferred runways they use, up to I think a certain amount of downwind. Erratic 69, don't know the first thing about operating an aircraft, but still enjoy these videos. Thank you, you're most welcome. Oh look, we've got some traffic on there from VATSIM, which is really cool, so it actually displays that as well. Lauren, what does it mean landing factor? So it's a factored, you know, that you have a landing distance, required landing distance available. It's always factored by a set amount. My operator is factored by all landings by even dry 15%. So it'll say, you know, 1,000 meters, for example, but the actual distance will tell you is 1150. I think in this option they just give you the option to select a factor. Some of those were like dispatch landing figures, which is 1.3. Perfect time to go flying. Beautiful. Let's just see the sunset about 15 minutes ago. There's enough light coming over the horizon. How's the volumes and sounds, guys? It should be pretty spot on. So, 80 will have to start working something out later on. I think his only approach online because he is descending into Palma. I had a look on that traffic. And we're pretty much a beam, but I should think he's descending faster. I'm only doing 200 knots. Can't see him. Sweet.
50, 40, 30,
Aaron Harley,
20, 10.
thank you very much for the fiver, mate. It's very kind of you, sir.
Thanks for an evening of class entertainment. Have a beer on me.
Thank you, Aaron. That's very kind. Thanks for the £5. Glad you've enjoyed the stream and have kept you entertained this evening. Yes, you must live in London. That's pretty dear for a pint. Thank you very much. That'll get me about a pint and a bit where I'm from. So appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much. It's an E195, so it probably is faster. What's his speed? I'm only doing a measly 322 knots at the moment. He's doing 496. Yeah, he'll get ahead. He's going considerably faster, so he'll definitely get ahead of me, which is fine. Four IPAs rowdy. Love it. There we are, passing flight level 302 for flight level 80. Actually, better get some descent checks here, actually. Where are you? Checklist. There we go. Let's have to take off checklist, which we've done. Might
50,
be a quicker way of getting
40,
through this, but I don't know how
30, 20, 10.
Thank you, Pill UK again. There we are.
It's pronounced Pure Luck Smile. I've learned a lot from your videos. Small appreciation token.
Just said your Frank wrong as you donated. Thank you very much, Peer Luck, for your $7. Very kind of you, Peer Luck. I'm so sorry I've been saying that completely wrong. Oh dear. Glad you enjoyed the videos, and thank you very much for your token of appreciation. It's very kind of you, so thank you. Ollie, do you feel guilty for polluting the planet and contributing to climate change? Well, listen, I'm not going to hide the fact that the vehicles that I fly and do contribute to climate change. Of course they do. But I don't think aviation is subject to 2%, I think it was, of total emissions. Okay, things that need to be improved are countries like China, India, who are huge coal users, dumping millions of kilos of CO2 each year into the atmosphere. Things like the textile and clothing industry. This whole idea, I really don't like this. Like Primark shopping, you can go and get don't get me wrong, I own Primark t-shirts, but this sort of attitude of throwaway clothing. You wear a dress or item of clothing once and that's it. It lives in the bottom of the cupboard, and that is a huge global polluter as well. I'm not a climate skeptic. I believe that climate change, we need to resolve it, and things need to be done. Global temperatures and all that. I love my job as well, and aviation are doing things to improve the carbon footprint, improve the offset. But no, I'm not going to start sitting on the M25 each morning in a woolly sewn jacket I made the day before, blocking traffic. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, fast fashion. Thanks, Lauren. That was the term I was looking for. Gloss over the Bieber emissions. Hey, my 2008 BMW 3 Series does 60 miles to the gallon, It's pretty economical. So I'm just adding a bit of thrust here, just to make it around 200 knots or so. That seems like a decent descent speed. Remember, this is unlike the 737 speed nav. It's not locking on for a speed here. It's keeping you a path based on a fixed glide path angle, which is 3 degrees in this case. Approaching Loris. Really, really nice feed nav on this. Ah, ding dong. Approaches online.
Sounds like level 150, told to top as arrival to Bourget. Airline took my Charlie.
Airline, very good. Sounds like an airline that's for me, but I don't actually know who they are. Palmer approach Weebird as broadsword 01, descending flight level 80, inbound to Loris for the Loris 1 Papa 24 left.
Bravo 01, very good evening, radar contact, descent flight level 150, Loris 1 Papa, arrival runway 24 left.
Descent flight level 150 for Loris 1 Papa 24 left, broadsword 01. Perfect.
Line 6 miles, Charlie, descent 5,000 feet, skinny 1017.
So there we are.
Line 6 miles, Charlie, descent 5,000
back to Loris
feet,
and as brief for Loris 1 Papa.
5,000 feet, QNH 1017, Airline took my Charlie.
Radar 116, wind 240 degrees, 5 knots, runway 24 left, glide line.
24 left, good lane. Rear 1
Scott, when you're on standby, is that just for your main base, or can they send you further afield? They can send you further
Palma
afield.
approach, good evening. TUI 636, position 56, information.
They can send you further afield, and you can either they'll either get you a taxi, or you can drive and you can claim that as an expense, and they'll pay you back.
Runway 24 right, Galat 62 Alpha departure, squawk 6260.
AJ Dog, just in time for a butter. Well, we'll see about that. Alright, left turning bound Posman.
Alpaca 17 Alpha continue.
Oh, I just heard an alpaca, I got confused.
60.
Mike 760, what's on off?
That is mega. Look at the moon
Reset
reflecting on the light.
6363 clear to Hamburg
It's
via
just
Gala to Alpha,
Can't
the
stress
final
enough
2
this.
for right, flight plan route, and squawk 6260.
Hell, you can, as in replacing the default CJ4 Microsoft Flight Simulator. You can
Swords 01, continue descent flight level 70.
Oh, Matt, you are from working title. Oh, I hope I've not offended you with my ability to fly this aircraft. So much I don't know still.
Swords 01, continue descent flight level 70.
Descent flight level 70, broadsword 01. 70 set, just got back to idle now, but just let the speed accelerate to 230. I'm not under direct speed control, so just follow the VNAV profile. There's Palma coming into view.
Ibiza approach, buenas noches.
Thanks, Matt. That's very cool. Matt, just credit to you guys as well. I mean, I haven't flown this aircraft for months since last live stream. Downloaded it again a couple of days ago. Mega. It's so cool. And a lot of people here in chat have told me, and I will be very appreciative of your team's work for something that's completely free. And the detail and immersion's mega. So well done. Well, it's not just G-Face, hello. Oh yeah, we were doing the
heavy 5 to 1
as well. Eyes protection systems as required. Altimeter set. It's not standard at the moment. Exterior lights as required.
Right here in 130 degrees.
Landing data we've done. Crew briefing's complete. Avionics check. Minimums are set. Fuel transfer selected off. It's still feeding from both tanks.
5 to 1 heavy. Right here
130
degrees.
Exterior lights set. Ice protection systems set. There we are. Just wait until we get to flaps. I think we left the passengers in all time, but we'll put the seatbelt sign on again.
Approach, good evening. With 928 request startup and dive on clearance to this.
3908, very good evening. Flap and approach to destination Zurich. Runway 24 right. Bears 3 Alpha departure. Squawk 6255.
I'll turn the music off as we get closer to the approach here.
Roger, flight plan approved. Expected runway 24 right, using Marrow 3 Alpha departure route, the squawk is 6255. That's with 928.
908, Zurich back is cleared to 1017.
So that 15 bug is the maximum speed, 200 knots is the maximum speed you can select flat 15. It's not actually the flat 15 selection speed. That traffic's way ahead now, over 12 miles. He's approaching Palenza.
UPH 5 to 1, right here. 200 degrees, clear Highland Yankee 112 left.
Right heading 2200, cleared ILS 4 left,
Ben Pole, do you have a PO box? I found our bag of toilet paper today and had to pick it up.
6 Mike Charlie after about
I'd love to send her a roll.
I
love it. I don't have a PO box, but it's something I've considered in the past because lots of people offer to send all like bits to try, alpaca this, alpaca that. I'll think about it. I love it.
116.
Alpaca toilet roll. Hey Jack, come here, buddy. Dog's just walked in. Hello. We did a 3-mile walk today. Not super long, but he's pretty tired. On your bed, buddy. Come on. Lay down. Good boy. Cool. It's all very calm in this CJ4 cockpit so far. No panicking, all looking good. Turn this sound up slightly. Hey Tim, hope you're doing well, buddy. Good to see you.
Roger, 01 continue descent 5000 feet, 1017.
Descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1017, broadsword 01. So 5,000 feet set, QNH 1017. There we are, passing 13,500, 5,000 feet, and the standby altimeter is set. Okay, I'm happy with the speed, 220 knots. Go back to idle thrust now.
5 to 1, heavy winds 240 degrees, 5 knots, runway 24 left, level.
Mike, yeah, we worked out the cones earlier. I've never known that, but it's the position of the transmission meters. I don't even know how to pronounce that for the RVR. It's basically the RVR measurement equipment is.
Cat 1, that's Charlie, very good.
Great spot.
Contact level 70, to Papa arrival, runway 24 left.
Flight level 70, touch to Papa arrival 24 left. Is that 1 Delta Charlie?
3636, request respect. Clear 636, correction.
Hi from Colombia, Juan. Good evening to you.
Push and start approved facing north.
Push and start approved facing north.
And Joe, could you please just ask if he wants a treat, please? Oh, he's actually Ralph. Probably found one, isn't it? Oh, don't, Ricardo.
Line 6 flight, continue descent 3000.
3,000,
That's superb. Tell you what, winter coming, I can't wait to do some gnarly weather flying. I mean, this time last year when Microsoft Flight Simulator was out, there wasn't the aircraft or the sim wasn't up to scratch, let's say, to kind of replicating flying in those conditions. I can't wait. I'm going to keep an eye on the weather this winter, and if there's some really gnarly weather, fire out the PMDG DC6 or hopefully the PMDG 737 or even this, and do some flying in some.
Short 01, you are clear. Haile Yankee runway 24 left. Report when established.
Good, ILS Yankee 24 left. We'll go broadside 01. So I've actually planned for the Zulu. I'm going to have a quick look at the Yankee, see what the differences are. It's usually Zulu here. I don't think there's going to be a huge amount of difference. So there's ILS Zulu, there's ILS Yankee, still via Palenza. The difference is the missed approach. Missed approach is slightly different based off the 182 1.1 IPAL, but the actual arrival exactly the same. Exactly the same, minimum's the same. So the difference is the missed approach, which I'll fly. So climb on runway heading, 420 left turn, 182, then intercept follow 212 from the NDB in this case. So they'd probably do this if the San Juan VOR was inoperative or something like that. Right, anyway, passing 10,000, 5,000. You can do the post-cruise checks now, so fuel's fine. Put the landing logo lights on. There's no APU pressurization set, seatbelts on, and there's no warning messages on there. Checks complete. There's our lovely logo. Matt just finished work in the pub with a fresh pint in front of me. You got your phone out in the pub watching the stream. That's pretty cool. So you probably didn't know this, guys. When you've been cleared approach and your initial descent was 5,000 feet, if you've been cleared for the approach, you can further descend with the procedure. So you can step down and to the minimum altitude that's on the chart. So if I bring up Navigraph again here quickly, have a look at the star. Lores 1 Papa. You can see here from Palenza, where's the transition actually? It's on the approach chart actually. It's different to my operators. I can't see it on Navigraph chart here, but you can step down to the next step altitude on the procedure, which is 5. Oh, it is actually 5,000. So yeah, it is 5,000, and after Batham we can descend lower. And there we go. We've now come into range of the localizer, and that's now alive. So you've got the localizer scale here. The glide slope's come alive, and look what VNAV's done. It is popped me right bang on the glide slope. Isn't that mega? Absolutely superb. Happy with the speed, 200 knots. Keep descending. I'll match the heading. And I'll arm vertical speed now, because I'm not so worried about where VNAV's going to put me. I want to be on the Blue Diamond, so it's exactly what I do on my operator on the 7.3. I need to deselect VNAV, that's it. You have to deselect vertical speed. And I'm just going to stay on the ILS with that, and I'm also going to arm approach lock arm. So I'm just going to maintain about 200 knots.
Line 6, my Charlie, wind 240 degrees, 5 knots, runway 24 left, good luck.
Clear down 24 left.
Oh.
Flight 1 Delta Charlie,
Big freeze
descend
of the
5,000 feet, runway 1017.
So again, just adjust that vertical speed to stay on the blue diamond.
That 1 Delta Charlie.
Flight 1 Delta Charlie, speed 230 knots.
230, 1 Delta Charlie.
Ideally, the whole aircraft and sim seems making this dream get swallowed further out, where you won't need to spend any money for the CJ4. The scenery we're about to see in Palma, which is over there, 15 quid. Which is very reasonable, very good quality, which I'll be doing a full review of once we've arrived on stand. So I just added a little bit of thrust there to maintain 200 knots. This is going beautifully. So this technique we use called VS to finesse, just use vertical speed to stay on the localizer. Obviously it's putting us slightly higher on the VNAV profile, but that's not what we're following anymore. Beautiful night flight, absolutely beautiful. Approaching Batham, 2 miles to go. Getting lined up for 24 left. It's approaching waypoint Batham.
Altitude.
Approaching our cleared at minimum altitude. There we are, localizer glide slope capture. Set runway heading, just 238.
Flight 1 Delta Charlie, you are clear high again to runway 24 left.
Cleared ILS.
And missed approach altitude, 3,000 feet is set. There we are. Beautiful, absolutely superb. Wonder how this looks in VR, probably amazing. So, distance to go, where's our localizer range? There we are, 16.6 miles. This is exactly how we do it in real life. We'll wait until about 10 miles and we'll start bringing the flaps out. I'm probably going to leave the thruster idle, maintain about 200 knots. If the speed slowly creeps back, that's fine. We'll do about 180 knots by about 10 miles, so we'll just have to...
Bourget 636. Request taxi.
Juliet 636, taxi via Juliet, link and north, holding point 245.
Taxi via Juliet, link and north, holding point runway 245.
You have to go around push toga, thrust levers to take off, set flat 15.
401, continue approach, number 2, 24 left, wind 230 degrees 4 knots.
Continue approach, broadsword 01.
Control, hello, Ryanair 45.
Uphill, you haven't got any replay mods yet. I'm afraid.
454, runway 24 right, Palma to Alpha departure is 46274.
Altitude.
Nice checked, but we're already on the glide slope. Approaching 12 miles, it's holding the speed beautifully here.
Request taxi with 28.
39 at West, taxi via Foxtrot, link and north, holding point 24 right.
Taxi ready going 24 right via Cockpit, link and
no, it's just on the test sector. Where is the magenta line pointing?
01, wind 230 degrees 4 knots, runway 24 left, left land.
Way 24 left, clear to land, broadsword 01. I don't fully understand why the magenta line... We've got one of Dev's here, because I know this is the test sector. It's like pointing off in this direction. I don't know why, even though I'm routing direct to the Foxtrot India point. I'm not sure why. Right, we can select flat 15 now. Inside of 10 miles. That's going to help start bringing the speed back. We need to wait below 160 until we can select flat 35. That speed, remember, is the maximum speed at which we can select flat 35. Not the speed at which we select flat 35. Let's use a little bit of speed brake to help slow us down here. Just get to 160 knots. Speed brake stowed. That's looking nice. We'll configure the gear around 6 miles, gear down, flap 35. So yeah, get ready for this sort of floating sensation, which you'll see. It's quite floaty. It's been impeccable though, the aircraft. It's performed absolutely superbly. Superb.
Flat 1 Delta Charlie, continue approach 24.
Right, there's 6 miles. Get down. Flaps 35. Any checklist, so there's no star switches, no recall. Speed brake you can't arm, there's no reversers. Landing gear we have 3 green, auto brake there's none. Flaps 35, lights are on, checks complete. There's our V approach speeds, can't remember what it was, 116 or so. Then V ref. Just get ready to add the thrust to maintain our approach speeds. Here it comes. Yeah, not sure why that magenta line's pointing off to the left there.
454, Busan is approved facing east.
Ocean Stars approved facing east.
Right, should we do it, ladies and gentlemen? Just a little bit more thrust with that speed. Your damper's coming off.
Autopilot.
Autopilot's disconnected. My aircraft. Just a little bit more thrust to maintain our approach
Flag 1
speeds.
Delta Charlie, maintain 160 until 4 DME. Correction until 6 DME.
160 to 6.
There's traffic right behind me because he probably doesn't realise my approach speed's 110 knots. I can see someone on the TCAS. Honestly, we'll float to the exit, so it won't be too much of a headache.
59 Kilo Unit for monitor Unicorn. I will disconnect you.
Very good. So, hand flying, just making minimal inputs now. It's very similar to the SEM3.
All traffic on frequency. I will disconnect monitor Unicorn 1 to 2 decimal here.
No idea what these lights here mean. Looking good. There's 3 miles. Honestly, I'm noticing the fact of flying at 116 knots on a touchdown by now. Speed's looking good. Approach speed's looking good. Angle attack indicator, thank you. See, that's popped up on the left hand side. Looking good. Just like landing in Palma in real life. This is at night. Can't tell the difference at all at the moment. It's exactly the same. Small change on thrust to keep that approach speed. 112 knots.
500.
Checked. There's a motorbike driving past the house. I don't know if you heard that. That's not in the sim. Don't forget, I'm going to be giving away a copy of this scenery after landing and doing a little review. Looking good, approaching minimums. Looking good.
Minimums.
Continue. Looking outside now, not so much at the flight directors, just a tad low, keep it descending. Much lower to the ground in this aircraft. No rad out call-outs, of course. Check close, thrust is closed, and now it's riding a cushion of air. Look at the speed slowing down, so slow. I'm just holding the attitude, it just won't touch down, it just won't settle down. It's still flying. It's still flying. Why won't it touch down? Look, I had to put the nose down, right? Otherwise I'll make this exit. Oh, I just don't know where they need to look into that. Microsoft do. Right, Sierra 1, vacated. Superb. Magic carpet. No. I had to point those down, otherwise we would have ended up just going off the end of the runway. Alright. Broadsword 01, runway vacated, Sierra 1. Oh, no ATC. Palma approach, broadsword 01 vacated runway, 24 left at Sierra 1, and taxiing to the GA parking stand. Did he say it was going offline? Not sure. Oh, is no one online? There's no one even here? Alright, I've disconnected. There's no ATC. He's gone. Bye. I did hear something about 122.8, but now it was really nice. We're going to do a full scenery review. We're going to taxi to the GA BizJet parking anyway, but bye-bye ATC. And let's do that. Turn that off. And put a lovely bit of taxiing in music in. Superb. He disconnected. I did hear something like he's going offline, Monster Unicom, but at least we had ATC for the approach and landing there. Cool. Right, let me bring up Navic. What's happened here? Okay, I've lost power. I pressed the controls to bring up Navigraph. Control Shift. Okay. Don't press Control Shift M. What does Control Shift M do? I accidentally pressed Control Shift M. Control Shift N is my Navigraph display screen. But if you press Control Shift M, surprise, surprise, it shuts the entire aircraft down. Let me find some parking stats. I'm going to do a full review of the scenery, guys, for those of you here for the stream. For that part of it. Where are we in here? In via Quebec. Let's bring up Navigraph now. That was quite funny. Let's go. I think all the stands should be here. What stand should we go for? Let's go for 232, which is here on Yankee 2. Let's see if it's actually here first. I'll keep the charts up for you. That was quite funny. Yeah. What does Control Shift M? Could be the master switch. Ah. Okay. Yeah. Look. Completely kills it. Ah, dear. Right, here's Quebec. Sorry, you can't see anything, can you? Yeah, all the stand numbers are here, which is good. Lima Yankee. 232 is going to be up on our left when we get over to Yankee 2. Superb. Avionics master switch. There you go. I thought I'd done something. Oh dear. Never been over to this part of Palma before. Here's Yankee 2. Exactly as it's depicted on the chart. 231. 232 is the next left. Perfect. So all the stand numbers are here. Okay, my brakes aren't working. Let's go left here. Beautiful. Professionally parked as ever. This is exactly where all the BizJets GA aircraft park though. 10 out of 10 for realism. And there's our stop point. Why am I'm braking? I'm pushing the brakes so hard. Oh, no. Parking brake set, that'll do. We're going to have a look at all this beautiful scenery in a second. Right, we're on the stand then, so landing can come off, strobes can come off. We'll leave the beacon light on until we shut the engines down. No, nice approach and landing, but for the magic carpet landing flare, that is very unusual. Let's run through this checklist. That's after landing. Before landing, we did. Throttles are idle, brakes we applied, ground spoilers we didn't. I forgot to extend those, but time to touch down every time. That's the go around checks. If you have to go around. After landing, speed brakes up, flaps are up, pitot-static system off. There we go. Noise protection's off, radar to standby. There are buttons for standby. There we are. It's off. Exterior lights as required. And that's the end of a checklist actually. So yeah, there's no AP or anything. I'm just going to shut the engines off. So put these guards off. Stop, and there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Palma de Mallorca, which we're going to have a look at this beautiful scenery in a second. There's all the master caution lights. We need to be on some sort of ground power system, I should think, prior to shutting the engines down. Right, calm down. Turn off the beacon lights. There we go. And there we are. Safely at the destination, a little bit beyond the parking stand, but all good, all good. Control Shift M mid-air, yeah, wouldn't want to try that, Gino. Can you call this landing butter floaty? Yeah, we honestly floated. I mean, what's Sierra 1, 1,500 meters? It was over a kilometre we floated. It was going all the way there. Interesting. F4, no, I'm not going to push that, am I? Superb, but yeah, just before we look at this beautiful scenery from Just Flight, you know, well done to the working title mod who have made this incredible mod for the default CJ4 Cessna Citation, completely free to download. Use the command !aircraft for the link for that, and you just simply drop that into community folder. That's all you need to do. Load up the CJ4 and you'll have the working mod there, the working title mod for you. A beautiful add-on. You saw the whole flight, so most of you guys there, and it worked in an exemplary fashion. Anyway, that's the end of that for now. Let's do a bit of magic and make it daytime. Sorry if you have a dark room or your eyes are probably all blinded now, but no, I'm going to do a little bit of a scenery review. I haven't done this before, but yeah, Palma de Mallorca sent me a copy of the scenery a couple of days ago, and I said I'll showcase it. And it's an airport I was quite interested in reviewing and showcasing because it's an airport. It's the second most popular airport I've flown into in my entire career. So I was like, oh yeah, Palma, it's going to be a really awesome airport to showcase. And I should think those of you who use Microsoft Flight Simulator, certainly in Europe, will be quite interested in grabbing some scenery for Palma. So I've got a few things to mention about the scenery which I want to highlight. We're going to do a bit of a tour. It'll only take about 5-6 minutes or so as we look around, and then I'll purchase a copy for a lucky winner who's in chat this evening. So let me just find my Just Flight Palma information sheet. I made this prior to the stream. It's pretty much copy and pasted with all the features they have for the scenery here, and we'll have a little look around as we get some cool background music going on in this stream. Here we go. Let's turn it up slightly. Excellent, very cool. Let me just speed up my drone camera slightly so we can have a look around here. And we'll compare it to the charts and things whilst we can. There we go. So, Palma de Mallorca. Well, let me talk to you a little bit from a pilot perspective, okay? So we landed on runway 24 left. This is the landing runway they use in the Western configuration. Departures are over on 24 right, which is over here. So the runway we landed on is the one that we're going to land on most of the time here. You've got ILS on all the runways available anyway. And yeah, we shouldn't have floated all that way. We vacated at Sierra 1. When I'm in my 7-3, it's usually Sierra 2 we vacate here. And this is precisely the same as the real airport. It's really nice. Sierra 2, we sometimes park around here. The 60s, 62s, 64s. Parked there quite a bit last winter, and just like want to stress, they're going to be pushing out another update for this soon to give it a little bit more of a weathered look, but it looks pretty realistic, to be fair. The colours, I mean, I've parked on this stand here. I'm going to do some comparison photos between that and the real airport, but that is spot on. Stand 60 I've been on quite a few times. A few airlines park over here. I've never been over to this end of the airport though, where we parked with the business jets as well. But usually when we vacate, we taxi the Southern Taxiway. We come in, if we're not parking on that stand, that is, on the Link Taxiway here. It honestly, it's just like real life. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. Very rarely do we enter via Foxtrot the stands. We have to go the long way around. So everyone that's parked on these stands here, they exit via Foxtrot, left turn here, right turn for depart for 24 right. But we usually have to come in on the North Taxiway link. And then we make a left, not here. What's this one? That's Echo Tango. We usually have to come in left here. And in via Delta, stand 17 or 15 I'm usually on, so we come in this way. There we go. This is just, well, not 15, 17, 16, 18 even numbers, but yeah, these are spot on. I'm not sure about that blue colour though. I don't know if that's blue. I don't know if that's a texture issue my side, but I don't think it's that blue colour. Maybe there's an issue with my installation, but yeah, that's exactly where we park, either on the southern side or the northern side here. So, what I've just done, over 300 custom-built buildings and 3D objects, PBR texturing on all important buildings, very highly detailed buildings with interiors where applicable. So, to give you an example, because I've been in this very terminal before, this is one of the modelled interior buildings. If you head on inside, for anyone that's familiar with a Spanish airport, certainly, there you go. You have all the gate numbers here, Charlie 42, Charlie 69, AINA, which is the Spanish kind of airport operator. Charlie 44 is spot on, very nice. You've got loads of vehicles driving around looking like they should be doing something that's they're busy. All the ILS are correct for the real runways as well. We flew the correct ILS today. It was bang on the pappies, which was really nice to see. Here's the entrance to the main terminal over here. I've also been here. You have working travelators. Ooh, an R in chat, please. You can see they're moving. You have working elevators going up and down to carry passengers to the terminal. It's really, really impressive there. Very, very cool. Animated hangar doors. They're the first add-on, they told me, I don't know how true this is, that has working visual guidance docking systems in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Obviously, we're on a remote stand here, but I think if you were to come in here and your fly-by-wire A320 or the soon-to-be released PMDG 7NGX, you've got visual guidance docking system. I don't know if that appears somewhere or something like that, but they did tell me that that is the case. Anyway, realistic night lighting. Well, beauty of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We can check that out straight away. So where is the God mode? There we are. It's night lighting. Superb. So you can see over the terminal side. Oh yeah, lovely. The flood lighting, illuminating all the stands, lighting on this terminal. Not so sure about that blue colour. So much detail. I agree there, Mason Island, but yeah, plenty of light pouring out of the terminals. Yeah, I think that light lighting is spectacular, but that's all thanks to this simulator. Very cool. All the taxiway markings are correct. You know, we saw it on the way in. I've just followed them all on the way in there. All the stand numbers are correct as well. Absolutely mega. Someone blew out the sun, I know. Let's put that back on. Excellent. There we go. Whoa, sorry for everyone's eyes there. So, accurate parking positions of taxiways. We've got the general aviation stand all up to date, accurate ground handling vehicles. Airports populated with hundreds of additional static ramp vehicles, baggage containers, buses and objects. And it's been tested and optimised for lower end PCs. There you go. Guys, I know I don't do full reviews, but if you're interested in me doing more of these in the future, let me know in the video description below after the stream is finished. But now, if you'd like to win a copy of the fantastic Palma de Mallorca scenery from Just Flight, all you have to do is the following. I'm going to ask a question shortly. All you have to do is put the correct answer in chat. That'll enter you into the draw. And if you are the lucky winner, all you have to do is send me a message via social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or via email if you don't have social media, which is not a bad thing these days, flightdatasim@gmail.com. And all you need to do is show me your Google, YouTube homepage with your logo and your name with the logout screen. That proves to me it's you, and I'll send you a copy of this. We'll do it either two ways. I'll send you either a Just Flight voucher, or I'll send you the value of that via PayPal. Whatever's easiest for you guys, usually the latter, and then you can purchase the scenery correctly. There we are. So what we are going to do now is just set up the giveaway here in the background. So I just have to log into Nightbot and set up the giveaway. Anyone can enter. It doesn't matter if you're a member, regular subscriber, or anything like that. Obviously you have to have subscribed to the channel to be entered in. And I'll now put the command in here. Here is giveaways. It's going to be a very, very simple question, and please, this is important guys, only put the correct answer in chat once. If you don't do that, you will not have a chance of winning the scenery. So if you do it more than once, you'll be made ineligible. You won't be able to win it there. No, don't don't you start, because you know you'll trigger. Can you remember that when we did one of those Microsoft Flight Simulator streams and then someone put the word in a couple of times and everyone started putting it in? Unbelievable. This is the question, guys. Very simply, what is the ICAO code for Palma de Mallorca? What is the ICAO code for Palma de Mallorca? Only put the correct answer in once. Cat. Behave yourself. You members. Aleski Ratas, you've got the right idea, as does Pedro Diaz. You've got it, guys. What an aircraft this is. I really enjoyed the stream of the working title CJ4 today. Superb. So I'll let that roll for a couple of minutes, just in case some of you have a slightly slower internet connection. To remind you, if you are the lucky winner, if you're a member, you can contact me via Discord. If you're a regular subscriber, contact me via social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, @FlightDataSim. If you have none of that, flightdatasim@gmail.com. Just remember, very simple request is a screenshot, a picture of your Google page with the logout screen. I want to see your name, your profile picture, which I'll take a picture of so I'll know it's you, and I need to see the sign out button by your picture there, and then I'll send the scenery over. John, if I've put the right answer in followed by several one words, doesn't matter. So long as you put it in once, it'll record you there. It'll record you as an eligible entrant for the giveaway. Superb. Oh yes, I forgot to mention, this is not the stock livery actually. This is the polar livery available for just flight for the working title CJ4. By Windermere, I think it was, or something. But if you want a link for this livery, at the moment the working title doesn't work the stock livery, so I had to download one of their ones. It's very similar to the stock one, but it's got like a blue, extra blue line on it, which is quite cool. Records at Palm, perfect. Well then, guys, I think that'll do regarding the giveaway there. So I think we've got enough entrants now. We've got over 125 eligible users. We put the correct answer in there. Windhover, he does great liveries. That's the one, Matt. Yeah, it was really nice, this one here. But if you'd like to download that one, ! livery, and it'll be the link for you, or just type in Google Windover Polar CJ4 livery. It'll grab it for you. Right then, so let's roll it. The winner of the Just Flight Palma de Mallorca scenery is Cat. It's you. There you go. He's a member of the channel. We're going to get lots of hashtag rigs now, but yeah, I can tell you right now, over 50% of the viewers are members, so that makes sense. Well done, Cat. Kicked by Cat, who's a channel member here. Actually rigged. Unbelievable. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. So again, been a while since a member's won anything there. It is completely random. There's no extra luck for anyone else. It's just the way it is. Must be. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Unbelievable. Cat, well done. Drop me a DM in Discord, we'll get that sent over to you straight away. Thank you very much. Very good. But did Cat win a Microsoft Flight Simulator in a giveaway? I think he might have done. I don't think it's the first time he's won something. This has happened unless he knows some sort of secret code or something that I don't know about. But there you go. Yeah, I give up. Give up in chat. Anyway, as mentioned, you can download the Cessna Citation CJ4 mod by working title. Easy enough, you can just type it on Google, join their Discord for all the info about that. The Palma de Mallorca scenery is now available on the Just Flight store for £15. Link for that is in the video description below. And obviously everyone knows about Microsoft Flight Simulator, where you can find that. Guys, no replay tool or mod on this. I've been holding off because someone keeps telling me Microsoft are making one. But I know there are some available. I know you guys always like to see the replays, but we'll end the video here looking at the beautiful Cessna Citation here as we roll out here. Unbelievable, chat, unbelievable. On the way out, do me a massive favour if you smash the thumbs up button as well, so you get to stay up to date. You can subscribe to the channel and follow me on social media as well, where 9 out of 10 times I do post prior to streaming. Members, I'll see you all tomorrow evening for the members only group flight. To all the regular viewers, I'll be live again at some point next week, no doubt. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye from me. Bye bye. Oh, Matt Warren, thank you very much for the $2. I was just about to sign out. He's just sent in a $2 tip. I'll let Microsoft
30,
Jim read this
20,
one out before I sign out.
10.
Thanks a lot, buddy, for the $2.
Beautiful flight. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Matt Warren. That's very, very kind. Guys, I won't repeat myself. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye for now.